Time now for a look at the Abra scoreboard on this Tuesday morning. Just a reminder, windshield cracks or chips got you down? Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. Since we do have a morning game, let's go over the scores from last night. First of all, in the PCL, Portland remained a half game behind Salt Lake with a 7-2 win at Nashville. Las Vegas crushed Round Rock 12-3, a pair of home runs for Edwin Bellarine. At Memphis, the Redbirds topped Tacoma 3-1. Ryan Dahlbach, the veteran, with his 4th home run of the year for the Redbirds. At Colorado Springs, Oklahoma shut out the Sky Sox 8-0 in a game shortened to 8 innings by rain. At Albuquerque, Tucson doubled up the Isotopes 8-4. Robbie Hammock hit his first 2 home runs of the season for Tucson. At Sacramento, the Rivercats shut out Iowa 3-0 despite the Cubs having 10 hits in the game. And at Fresno, the Grizzlies rallied with 3 runs in the 8th to beat Omaha 7-5. In the Major League last night, Toronto topped Tampa Bay 6-4. Troy Gloss with his 13th home run of the year for the Blue Jays. At Fenway, the Red Sox routed the Yankees 9-5. Kurt Schilling now 7-2. The White Sox got a run in the bottom of the 10th to beat Oakland 5-4. The Angels fell at Texas 3-2. At Kansas City, Detroit shut out the Royals 8-0. And in Seattle, the Mariners continue to roll as they beat Baltimore 8-6. In the National League, Houston whipped Washington 10-3. At Miami, the Marlins ripped the Cubs 9-1. At Cincinnati, the Reds rout the Brewers 15-5. Ken Griffey Jr., Austin Kearns, and Adam Dunn all homered. At Phoenix, Arizona defeated Pittsburgh 4-3. The Diamondbacks in first in the National League West. Atlanta beat San Diego 3-1 as John Smoltz outdueled Jake Peavy. At Los Angeles, the Dodgers beat Colorado 6-1. And at San Francisco, the Giants beat St. Louis 9-2. And that's your Abra scoreboard from last night. We'll come back with the starting lineups for this morning's game right after this on ESPN 1230.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees Baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field as the youngsters are here enjoying the Prevention Dimensions program. Let's right now get you ready for today's game with the starting lineups brought to you by Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day. For the visiting New Orleans Zephyrs, managed by Tim Foley, leading off the second baseman, Bernie Castro. Batting second and playing center field, Henry Mateo. Hitting third and playing third base, Brendan Harris. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, Mike Vento. Hitting fifth and playing first base, Larry Broadway. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Brandon Larson. Hitting seventh, the left fielder, Tyrell Godwin. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Josh Lavandera. And hitting ninth, the catcher, Alberto Castillo. Pitching for the Zephyrs, veteran right-hander, Nelson Figueroa. Now for the homestanding Salt Lake Bees, here's how manager Brian Harper filled out his lineup card. Leading off the center fielder, Reggie Willits. Batting second and playing shortstop, Brian Speck. Hitting third and playing second base, Howie Kendrick. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, Nick Gorneau. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Jeff Panthis. Hitting sixth and playing first base, Mike Elward. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Curtis Pride. Hitting eighth and catching, Ryan Buddy. And batting ninth is the third baseman, Casey Smith. Pitching for the Bees, making just his second start, will be left-hander Nathan Bland. Again, a beautiful day here in Salt Lake City. 10,000 fifth and sixth graders here, but hey, come on over. There's room for you and a chance to enjoy an extended lunch hour as the Bees take on the New Orleans Zephyrs in Game 2 of this 4-game series. We'll be back with today's first pitch right after this timeout. You've been in the On Deck Circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at today's game. The first pitch is right around the corner, so stay tuned. Salt Lake Bees baseball is coming up next on your home for the Salt Lake Bees, ESPN 1230 AM.
Hi, is this the Federal Reserve? How you doing? Good, good. I'm fine, thanks. Listen, maybe you can help me. You're the guys who control the interest rates, right? Good. I was wondering if you could just not touch the interest rates until I sell my home. Well, yeah, I understand that, but no, I just need you to not touch the interest rate until I sell my home. That's all. Just, don't raise it. Just, keep it stable. Well, is there someone there who can help me? Yeah, I'll hold. Thanks.
Okay, so you can't control the Fed, but call a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent and you'll have qualified buyers from all over the world looking at your home, no matter what the interest rate is. That's because Coldwell Banker agents are not only local experts, they're also part of a national and international referral network of professional agents. So there will be thousands of Coldwell Banker agents all over the world working to find you the right buyer at the right price.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm still on hold. Sure, I'll stay here. Thanks.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs. Or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
The starting pitchers are ready. The lineups have been exchanged. And the hot dogs are ready to go. It's time to play ball. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air. Now let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball on a beautiful day here in Salt Lake City. It's the Bees and the Zephyrs getting ready for Game 2 of this 4-game series. The Bees winners last night by a score of 9-0 behind Jared Weaver's 5-hit shutout. He struck out 8 and did not walk a batter as the Bees moved to 26-17 and remained 1/2 game ahead of Portland in the Pacific North Division as the Beavers won their game at Nashville 7-2. Tacoma fell 5.5 back. They've lost 4 in a row and 8 of 10 after a 3-1 loss to the Memphis Redbirds last night. The umpires making their way towards home plate. Game time temperature 65 degrees, just a light breeze out of the east at 6 miles per hour out of the east means blowing in from left field. So it really should not be much of a factor here today, at least as of right now. Meeting at home plate. The umpires with manager Brian Harper for the Bees and Rick Eckstein, the hitting coach for New Orleans, representing the Zephyrs. Nathan Bland has finished his work down in the right field bullpen for the Bees, as has Figueroa down in the left field bullpen for New Orleans. Again, another great Prevention Dimensions crowd. I believe this is the 5th annual Prevention Dimensions game here at Franklin Covey Field. Many teams in the PCL have similar games in the morning for school kids. Some of them tie it to math programs. Portland tied theirs to a science program, and the Bees tie theirs to Prevention Dimensions, awareness of prevention for alcohol and drug abuse. Bees today wearing their alternate black tops with the gold numerals and lettering trimmed in white, while the Zephyrs are wearing their road grays with the navy blue numerals and lettering trimmed in green. And now the Bees are getting ready to take the field, so let's take them around to their positions defensively. Curtis Pride is in left field. Reggie Willits in center, and Nick Gorneau is in right. Casey Smith is at third base. Brian Specht at short. Howie Kendrick at second, and Mike Elward will go to first. A battery of Nathan Bland pitching and Ryan Buddy catching. Before we get our ball game underway, let's enjoy the singing of our national anthem. And to sing it, Channel 4 television news anchor Barbara Smith. Barbara Smith from 4 Utah with our national anthem. So Nathan Bland getting set to warm up. For Nathan, this will be his 8th appearance of the year, his 2nd start. In 14 innings, he's given up 17 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned. He has struck out 5 and walked 5, thrown 3 wild pitches. He has not hit a batter and has surrendered 2 home runs. Bland has won 1 and lost 2. with an earned run average of 4.50. The PCL is batting .283 against the left-hander, Nathan Bland. Again getting the start for Dustin Mosley, who's out with back spasms. He did start one other game. That was on May the 10th at Omaha. He went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits with 1 walk, no strikeouts. He actually threw 3 shutout innings, but then tired in the 4th and gave up 3 runs. So the ball being tossed around the infield. We're just about ready to go on this Tuesday morning. It'll be Bernie Castro, Henry Mateo, and Brendan Harris due up for the Zephyrs here in the first inning. So Bland, 6'5", 209 in his 13th professional season. Last year was at spring training with the Mariners, went 1-1 with a 7.71 earned run average, was released and pitched for Tijuana in the Mexican League last year, going 5-2 with a 4.62 earned run average, 1 complete game as a starter, and 5 saves out of the bullpen. So we're ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air for a Tuesday morning here in Salt Lake City. Leading things off will be the second baseman, Bernie Castro, just off the disabled list from a hamstring injury, activated today. Hitting .302 on the year, 1 triple, 1 homer, 2 runs batted in. First pitch from Bland to the right-hand batter. It's a curveball, strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Castro, a switch hitter, batting from the right side against the southpaw Bland as the 0-1 comes home. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Curtis Pride coming in as there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So Castro retired, 1 away. Brings up the center fielder, Henry Mateo. Mateo batting .273. 5 doubles, 4 triples, no homers, and 13 runs batted in. Mateo 1 for 4 last night. There is one other day game in the PCL, but that's still about 2 hours away from getting started in Sacramento as the River Cats play host to Iowa. First pitch to Mateo is a curveball low, ball 1. Bland's last outing resulted in a win out of the bullpen here against Oklahoma on the 18th. 1-0 pitch is looped behind first base. Elwood drifting back, and it lands fair down by the Bees bullpen, giving Chase Gorneau, and into second base is Mateo with a double. He was jammed on that one, but hit a little floater that landed beyond the first baseman Elwood in fair territory. The English on the ball had it curl over to the bullpen, and by the time Gorneau could track it down, the speedy Mateo is on his way to second base. Brings up the third baseman, Brendan Harris, batting .336, 8 doubles, 4 homers, and 19 runs batted in. Last Thursday, Bland pitched 2 2/3 scoreless innings, allowing 2 hits with 2 strikeouts and no walks, and getting the win against the Red Hawks. So Mateo at second base with 1 out. Bland ready to pitch. Swing and a miss for the breaking ball down and in, strike 1. This is a good hitting ball club. New Orleans with 3 hitters in the top 10 in the order. Mike Bento is second at .376. The current hitter, Harris, is 4th in the league at .336. And Larry Broadway is tied for 9th in the league at .321. 1 strike the count on Harris. Bland to look back towards Mateo at second. And the 0-1 home. Fastball lifted foul. First base side out of play into the upper deck. So the count 0-2. Hopefully the youngsters are paying attention today. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Nothing into the count. Bland ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. He struck him out. 2 down. That'll bring up Mike Bento, the right fielder. As we mentioned, second in the league, batting .376. 9 doubles, 5 homers, and 19 runs batted in. So 2 out, a runner at second base here. Top of the first inning, no score. Big lead at second base for Mateo. His plan delivers. A curveball strike, and it's 0-1. Ball gets away on the return throw to Bland, but Mateo holds at second base. Two out, a runner at second. Bland looks in, gets his sign from his catcher buddy. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and lined towards left. Curtis Price's going to have to play it on a hop. Here comes Mateo around third. The throw cut off. It's an RBI single for Mike Bento, and it's 1-0 New Orleans. Took an 0-1 pitch and lined it cleanly into left field. Mateo, good speed with 2 outs, got a great break on that ball and scored without a play. So 1-0 New Orleans here in the first, and that'll bring up the first baseman Larry Broadway, hitting .321, 12 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, and 29 runs batted in. Broadway 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts last night against Jared Weaver. Bento, the runner at first, the pitch. Breaking ball, strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Outfield straight away for the left-handed batter. Plan to look towards first and the throw over there. Back in easily is Bento, who has stolen 3 bases this year, but he's been thrown out trying to steal 4 times. No balls, 1 strike. Now Bland's pitch. Sidearm breaking ball, strike on the inside corner at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And the place packed with youngsters here. A lot of other folks have made their way into the ballpark as well on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Again, Bento a lead at first base, the 0-2. Swing and a miss with a sidearm breaking ball. He's struck him out, and that retires the side. 1 run, 2 hits. 1 runner left on base. After the first half inning of play, it's New Orleans 1, and the Bees are coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I sue the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
It's the news you want, from the team you want, when you want. 2 News at 9 on KJAZ 14, with 2 News anchors Shauna Lake and Mark Cobell.
Your 9 o'clock news leader is now a number higher.
2 News at 9 on KJAZ. All the news in half the time.
Plus, meteorologist Roland Stedham with your fresh air forecast and exclusive Storm Tracker real-time radar. And sports from the Talkin' Sports team. Tonight, turn on the team taking 9 o'clock news to a whole new level.
2 News at 9 on KJAZ. Fresh air 7 nights a week.
And soon, that won't be all the great news on KJAZ.
Welcome, everyone, to 2 News at 4 o'clock. It's
Utah's first and favorite early afternoon news is on the move at the end of May.
You have changes brewing.
Watch for 2 News at 4 coming to KJAZ 14 starting May 29th. Still, your first view of all the day's news.
The endless battle for firefighters.
With Christina Flores.
Breaking news at this time.
Niels Mosley and your fresh air forecast from Debbie Wortham.
We'll start out even nicer than we are right now.
Remember the move. 2 News at 4 p.m. on KJAZ 14 starts May 29th.
We go to the bottom of the first inning, 1-0 New Orleans. Defensively for the Zephyrs. Tyrell Godwin in left, Henry Mateo in center, and Mike Vento is in right. Brendan Harris at third, Joshua Bandera at short, Bernie Castro at second, and Larry Broadway is at first. A battery of Nelson Figueroa pitching, and Alberto Castillo catching. For Figueroa, this will be his third start since being signed as a free agent by the Nationals. Actually, he was with the Long Island Ducks of the Independent Atlantic League. First pitch, Willett skips rope to get out of the way, ball one. Since coming on to New Orleans, he's 1-0 with a 6.55 earned run average. In his 11th professional season, Figueroa missed all of last year with a rotator cuff injury. The 1-0 to Willett, change-up strike at the letters, 1-1. Reggie batting .295, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, and 20 runs batted in. Willett's 1 for 5 last night. Now the 1-1 pitch, Willett's bunt, third base side, off the mound, Figueroa, bare hand pickup and throw in time for the out. So Willett's retired, 1 away. Brings up Ryan Speck, hitting .261, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers, and 12 runs batted in. Figueroa quickly off the mound. To barehand that ball over on the third base side and firing a strike to Broadway for the out. So here's Brian Speck, 2 for 3 with a run batted in. Change up high, ball one as Brian Harper shuffles the lineup a bit with Kendry Morales being called up by the Angels. The 10th member of the B's original opening day roster to go up. Now Speck lays down a bunt. Figueroa, another barehand pickup and throw, and this one's not in time. So back-to-back bunt attempt for base hit. Figueroa throws out Willett, but can't retire Speck. So here's Howie Kendrick now, batting .337. 10 doubles, 2 homers, and 14 runs batted in. 0 for 4 last night. Infield double play depth behind Figueroa. He first faced Salt Lake back in '98 when Salt Lake was still the Buzz. First pitch to Kendrick, strike at the knees, 0-1. This is his 7th lifetime start against Salt Lake. He's 1-3. The win coming in his last outing, a complete game, 3-hit shutout with Nashville in 2004. The 0-1, swinging and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Castillo, and the count's 0-2. With Morales going up, Jason Bulger, relief pitcher, has been sent down by the Angels. 2 strikes on Kendrick with Nick Gorneau due next. Figueroa ready, the 0-2. Swung on and line towards left. Godwin going back, still going back. Reaches up and drops the ball. Stuck around second. On his way to third. Into second base goes Kendrick. It looked like Godwin had it all the way and just flat out dropped it when he got to it. He slowed down to get to the ball. And that's going to be a 2-base error on the left fielder, Tyrell Godwin. His 7th error of the year. So now the Bees have the potential tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second for Nick Gorneau, batting .284, 9 doubles, 3 triples, 5 homers, and 30 runs batted in. Figueroa's pitch. Gorneau takes inside at the knees, ball one. Broadway in at first. The rest of the infield is back. They'll concede a run on a ground ball to third, short and second in exchange for the out. Figueroa, the 1-0. Sinks down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Gorneau. It was 2 for 4 with a run batted in last night. 1-0 New Orleans, but the Bees threatening here in the bottom of the first. Figueroa ready, the 2-0. Fastball inside, ball 3. Now the Bees have gotten off to strong starts this year. Over the first 3 innings coming into today's play, They had outscored the opposition through the first, second, and third innings, 100-43. 3-0 pitch to Gorno. Off speed and over for a strike, 3-1. Figueroa, a veteran of 74 Major League appearances, of which 33 were starts with the Phillies, Brewers, and Pirates. 7-17 lifetime in the big leagues. The 3-1 to Gorno. Swung on, grounded sharply foul outside the bag at third, and the count's full at 3-2. Same two teams tomorrow at 6:30. It'll be left-hander Joe Saunders for the B's at 5-2 against southpaw Billy Traber, 3-1 for the Z's. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count on Gorno. Figueroa's payoff pitch. Swing, a little tap out in front of the plate. Coming in to try to score is second. He is out at the plate. Kendrick goes to third. Gorno safe at first on the fielder's choice. 1-2 on the putout. Well, as usual, and this is a Mike Scioscia edict, the contact play on with a runner at third base and less than 2 outs. So now runners at the corners, and it's up to Jeff Mathis to try to bring in that tying run from third. Jeff batting .309, 9 doubles, a homer, and 8 runs batted in. He was 2 for 4 with an RBI last night. Figueroa's pitch. Swung on, line toward center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. In to score, Kendrick. Stopping at second base is Gorno. It's an RBI single for Jeff Mathis, and the game is tied at 1-1. So Mathis comes through with a little floater out into center field. The run is unearned, but it's on the board, and we're all tied at 1 apiece. Last night in New Orleans, committed 3 errors, leading to a pair of unearned runs. Here's Mike Elward hitting .265, 1 double, 1 homer, and 5 runs batted in. 1 for 4 with 2 RBI last night. Takes a breaking ball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Gorno at second, Mathis at first. A run in, and the Bees and the Zephyrs are tied at 1-1. Figueroa ready, and the 0-1 pitch. Started after it, held up in front of second base. Back in with a head-first slide is Gorno. So the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. They appeal the check swing. And yes, he did go around, says the umpire at first. So the count on Elward is 0-2. Elward called up back on May 5th. From Double-A Arkansas. The 0-2 pitch is lifted foul. First base side out of play into the upper deck. 2 strikes on Elward. Gorno at second, Mathis at first in a 1-1 ball game. Last night's victory for the Bees, their 11th win in the first game of a series out of 12 played this season. Now the 2-strike pitch to Elward. Line drive, right center field, base hit. Cutting it off is Vento in the alley. Around third, Gorno scores. Mathis being held up at third. It's a long single for Mike Elward, and the Bees are out in front 2-1. Mike Elward with a 6th run batted in. Good job by the right fielder Vento cutting across and keeping that ball from going through to the alley and all the way to the wall. So now here's Curtis Pride batting .322. 6 doubles, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in. 3 for 4 with a homer and 3 runs batted in last night. Curtis now just 7 hits away from 1,200 in his minor league career. So Mathis at third, Elward at first with 2 out. Figueroa ready in the pitch. Change up high and outside and off the glove of the catcher Castillo. but it does not roll far enough away for the runners to advance. One ball, no strikes. Tied a teammate of Figueroa's in 2002, I believe, with Nashville. Now the one-ball pitch. Swung on and slice foul out of play down the left field line. 1-1 the count. Let's take that back. They were not teammates in 02. That season, Figueroa split his time between the Milwaukee Brewers and their then AAA affiliate and Indianapolis. 1-1 the count on Curtis, who's hit safely in 4 straight games. Now Figueroa ready, the 1-1 pitch. Fake the third instead. The look towards first, but nobody bid on it. RBI singles by Jeff Mathis and Mike Elward have tied the game at 2-1, or tied the game and then given the Bees the lead at 2-1. Now the 1-ball, 1-strike pitch, swing and a tap foul at home plate, and the count's 1-2. Thanks, Bear. Maybe I should take some of this silly string and there you go. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Go to first base, and the runner's back. 1-2 the count, 2-1 in favor of the Bees. The pink silly string just doesn't work on my hat. I need the hair, but I need a darker color. 1-2 the count. The pitch, instead to fake the third again. Said it once, I've said it 100 times. The only guy to make that really work on a consistent basis is Jack McDowell. He was with the White Sox because he would occasionally throw to third. Otherwise, there's nothing really to fake off of. Time called. Runner at third, Mathis. Elward at first. Now Figueroa ready. And the 1-2 pitch. Up high, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Figueroa started the year in independent ball with the Long Island Ducks. He was 0-1 in 2 starts for the Ducks. Now Figueroa ready. The 2-2 pitch to Pride. Breaking ball, strike 3 called, and Curtis knew it. First strikeout for Figueroa. 2 unearned runs, though, for the Bees on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. At the end of 1, it's the Bees 2, New Orleans 1 on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires. Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
We go to the second inning. He's now with a 2-1 lead. For Nathan Bland, it'll be Brandon Larson, Tyrell Godwin, and Josh Lavendera do up. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters in Tim Foley's batting order. Brandon Larson batting .226. 2 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, 19 runs batted in. Dark cloud of ball, but according to the radar, there's no rain in it. Let's hope the radar's right. First pitch to Larson. Swung on and missed. A strike 0-1. Here between the ages of 8 and 13, you can help me call the action from the press box as the Great Clips Junior broadcaster for a game. Enter to win at any Wasatch Front. Great Clips location. Relax. It's Great Clips. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball up and into the right-hand batter. And the count's even at 1-1. Larson, a former Cincinnati Red, 0 for 3 in last night's series opener. 1-1 delivery, curveball low, ball 2. Today's a bullpen day, so that makes it even bigger. Jared Weaver went the distance last night, so the bullpen is rested for today's game. The 2-1 pitch. Larson swings and taps it foul up the third base side. So the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two to 1 Salt Lake here in the top of the second inning. Now the big 6'5" left-hander Bland with a late kick and the 2-2. He struck him out swinging. Third strikeout for Nathan Bland, who now needs 33 more strikeouts for 600 in his minor league career. Here's Tyrell Godwin, the left fielder, batting .226, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 4 homers, and 13 runs batted in. Godwin 1 for 3 last night. Speedy left-handed batter, the pitch. Fastball strike in the inside corner at the bell, 0-1. This is definitely a guy that you want to keep off the base paths. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball pulled, fielded on one hop by Elwood, drops it, picks it up, and takes it 4 steps to the bag for the out. Sharply hit. Elwood smothered it off the first bounce and then took it to the bag. It was hit sharply enough so where he had plenty of time to get to first base before Godwin arrived. 2 outs for the shortstop, Josh Lavendera, hitting .272, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, 13 runs batted in. 0 for 4 last night for the former Fresno State Bulldog. So 2 outs, nobody on base as Bland delivers. Fastball grounded on 2 hops to second. Hendrick handles the knee-high hop and throws to first for the out. So 3 up and 3 down go the Zephyrs in the second. That's another 1-2-3 inning brought to you by Keith Barton and Associates. It's just that easy. After 1.5, the Bees 2, New Orleans 1 on ESPN 1230.
Athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike 1.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pregame and postgame feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up on our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum like the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem. Good food, good fun, and deliciously complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up. The Old Spaghetti Factory in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
When you take your family out and get a great deal on a big, delicious breakfast, that's getting your Denny's worth. Denny's 3 new Supreme Bowl breakfasts are just $5.99. Denny's Ultimate Bowl starts with country fried potatoes, scrambled eggs, and cheese sauce. Then we layer ham and mushrooms, chopped onions, peppers, tomatoes, and cheddar cheese. You'll also love Denny's 2 sausage and cheddar bowls or the ham and Swiss bowls, each with bacon, sausage, and pancakes. At just $5.99, that's how to get your Denny's worth.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
All right, we go down to the second inning. It'll be Ryan Buddy, Casey Smith, and Reggie Willits, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, due up. In the Bees batting order to face right-hander Nelson Figueroa. Ryan Buddy batting 176. 4 doubles, 2 homers, and 12 runs batted in. Buddy did not play last night, looking for his first hit of the homestand as he was 0 for 6 against Oklahoma. 2-1 Bees as we start the bottom of the second. Figueroa's pitch, and Buddy takes high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Figueroa, born and still lives in Brooklyn. Now the 1-0. No one outside a ball. 2-0 the count. The Brooklyn native, one of the things he did was design T-shirts to help raise money for the victims of 9/11. There's a breaking ball, no one outside, 3-0. His last work was in 2004 with Nashville and Pittsburgh. Fastball strike in the inside corner at the knees, 3-1. In 2004, he was 12-8 in 23 starts for the Sounds, with 3 complete games, 0-3 in 10 appearances, 3 starts for the Pirates. Buddy swings, grounds one towards the hole, and through to left field, a base hit. And so Ryan Buddy's aboard with a leadoff single. Hit number 4 for the Bees in the ball game, and that'll bring up Casey Smith. Smith batting .262, 7 doubles, 7 runs batted in, 0 for 4 last night. Earlier this month, they announced the managers for the AAA All-Star Game. Today, they named the staffs for those 2 managers. First pitch to Smith, he bunts. Foul behind home plate, strike 1. Colorado Springs hitting coach Alan Cockrell is on the PCL staff, along with Nashville Sounds pitching coach Dan Kiles. And the Zephyrs trainer here with New Orleans, Mike Quinn, was named the trainer for the PCL. Now the 0-1. Smith swings and lines one towards left center. Godwin coming in and over. The left fielder's there. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Back to first goes Buddy. 1 away for Reggie Willits, who was thrown out by the pitcher Figueroa, trying to bunt his way out in the first inning. Mike Truschell of Omaha is the manager for the PCL. Larry Parrish of Toledo, the home team, in the host team rather, for the All-Star Game, joined by Pawtucket manager Ron Johnson and Toledo pitching coach Jeff Jones. Toledo's trainer Matt Lankin will be the IL trainer for the game. You'll be able to hear the All-Star Game here on ESPN 1230 on July 12th. Hunter at first base, 1 out. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul outside the bag at first, strike 1. Jim Weber, who has been broadcasting Toledo Mud Hens games for 32 years, will be the representative for the IL, along with Mike Curto, the voice of the Tacoma Rainiers. From Fifth Third Field in Toledo. The 1-strike pitch to Willits, swung on, popped up. Third base side, Harris near the bag in fair territory. Has it for out number 2. 2 down, Ryan Buddy, who led off the inning with a single, is still over at first base. Here's Brian Specht, who laid down a bunt single his first time up. So 2 outs and a runner at first base. Figueroa ready from the stretch. The first pitch to Speck. Into the dirt, gets away from the catcher Castillo, and on to second base goes Ryan Buddy. Likely a wild pitch, which would be Figueroa's third in just over 12 innings of work. And Ryan Buddy on his second base now on the wild pitch. Pitch in the upper deck yelling as the TV cameras are focusing on him. The 1-0. Another one in the dirt. That gets away from Castillo and goes back to the screen. And Ryan Buddy moves to third. So back-to-back wild pitches. Moves Buddy to third with 2 out. And the count on Speck, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, let's see if the D's can capitalize on it. 2-0, the count on Speck. Outfield, around towards left. Figueroa going to the rosin bag behind the pitcher's mound before climbing back up on top of the hill. 2 balls, no strikes. Figueroa's pitch. Speck pulls one on the ground, foul at the first base side, and the count's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Number at third, 2 out. Leads leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the second. On Prevention Dimensions Day, I believe it's the 5th annual. A lot of 5th and 6th graders here. Now Figueroa ready. The 2-1 to Speck. Swung on in the air to right field, but drifting back, Bento is there, and he'll reach up and put it away for the third out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit. A runner left stranded at third. At the end of 2, it's the Bees 2, New Orleans 1 on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run. With personalized service and the best rates in town, Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or new TV, RC Willie is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Woolley, one place, so many possibilities.
We go to the third, 2-1 Bees. It'll be Alberto Castillo, Bernie Castro, and Henry Mateo due up for the Zephyrs here in the third. Alberto Castillo to lead things off. Batting .258, 7 doubles, no triples, no homers, and 14 runs batted in. Castillo in his 20th year of professional baseball. Spent part of last year with Kansas City as well as with Sacramento and 1 game with Oakland. Castillo has appeared in 407 Major League games with 7 different teams. The Mets, St. Louis, Toronto, the Yankees, San Francisco, Kansas City, and Oakland with a .222 lifetime batting average. So here's Alberto Castillo to lead things off. Also time for our third inning update of the Abra scoreboard. As Nathan Bland gets ready, but time called at home plate. One other day game, but that's still about an hour and 20 minutes from getting started in Sacramento. Iowa taking on the River Cats. Jay Cook-Rue, 1-3, going for the Cubs. Dan Meyer, 3-2 for the River Cats. The first pitch is a strike. 0-1 to Castillo. Right-handed batter. Deep in the box, slightly close stance as Bland delivers. Curveball inside at the knees, 1-1 the count. All the other action under the lights tonight, Portland at Nashville. The Kearns native knuckleballer, Jared Fernandez, going for the Sounds. The 1-1 to Castillo. Fastball up and in, 2-1 the count. Las Vegas is at Round Rock. Memphis hosts Tacoma. Oklahoma visits Colorado Springs. Tucson is at Albuquerque. And Fresno hosts Omaha. Now the pitch, strike. A changeup in the outside corner at the belt. 2-2. Castillo questions the call. All of the Major League action is under the lights tonight. The Yankees are at Boston, right 1-3 against Wakefield, the knuckleballer, 3-5. The 2-2 to Castillo. Swinging a tap foul back into the left of home plate. Tampa Bay is at Toronto. The former Sacramento King, Mark Hendrickson, going for the Devil Rays against Roy Halladay for Toronto. Halladay close to regaining that Cy Young Award winning form this year. He's off to a 5-1 start. Oakland at Chicago. Kirk Saarloos, 2-1 for the A's. Javier Vasquez, 4-3 for the White Sox. Now Bland ready. The rock, the kick, and the 2-2. Curveball low and inside. Fills the count at 3-2. The Angels at Texas. John Lackey, the native Texan, going for the Angels against Vicente Padilla. Cleveland at Minnesota. Kansas City hosts Detroit. And Baltimore is at Seattle. 3-2 pitches lined towards right center field. Gorno on the run. Can't get to it. And now he has to make a right turn and go to the wall. Castillo digging for two. And he's there with a leadoff double. Gorno racing into the alley in right center field. Stretched out that 6'4" frame but could not haul it in. And then had to quickly make an adjustment to the wall to get to that ball and keep Castillo at second base with a double. So the Zephyrs now with a potential tying run at second base and nobody out for Castillo, his 8th double of the year. Brings up Bernie Castro, flight out to Curtis Pride in left, his first time up. Bland ready, the pitch. Fastball outside, ball one. In the National League, Houston is at Washington. Florida hosts the Cubs. Kerry Wood makes his second start for Chicago. Milwaukee at Cincinnati. The Mets host Philadelphia. Pittsburgh is at Arizona. Atlanta visits San Diego. The Dodgers host Colorado. And St. Louis is at San Francisco. The 1-0 to Castro. Swinging a one-hopper back to the hill. They got Castillo caught on a rundown. Bland runs right at him. Now runs it back towards second. The flip, the tag, the throw back to second base. Oh, the double play! They got Castillo in the rundown. Castillo tried to stay in it long enough to allow the batter Castro to get to second. Specht applied the tag. A quick turnaround throw to Kendrick. A bang-bang play at first. And the umpire calls him out, and Tim Foley is livid. As he thought Castro got in safely. It's a 4-man umpiring crew. It'll be 1-6 on the putout of Castillo. 6-4 on Castro. And Foley's not done arguing. From here, and obviously I'm a lot farther away than the second base umpire, it looks like Foley has a beat. It looked like Castro got in. And Foley with a couple of last words before he heads back to the third base dugout. So a break for the Bees, I think. And now there's 2 out. Nobody on base for Henry Mateo, who doubled and scored in the first inning. Foley, the longtime Major League infielder, making his way back slowly to the New Orleans dugout. And again, to be honest, I thought Castro had gotten in there. So here's Mateo. Doubled his first time up, as we mentioned, and scored his 4 triples. Good for a tie for second in the league. Pitch bounces in behind the hitter, as that one gets away from Bland. Ball 1, the count. Two to 1 D's. We're in the top of the third. Bland stepping off. Mateo opened the season on the disabled list with a sore shoulder, coming back from shoulder surgery. The 1-0 shows bunt, takes outside, ball 2. Only played in 55 games last year at A, AA, AAA, and the major leagues combined. Just 1 game with the Nationals. The 2-0 pitch to Mateo. Off speed and over. From strike, and it's 2-1. Clouds rolling in, but some of them dark, but according to the radar, no rain. 2-1 pitch is grounded towards short. Charging his spec, gobbles it up, throws low, but it's dug out by Elwood, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. It's the Bees 2 and the Zephyrs 1 on ESPN 1230.
It's back, and the sequel is even hotter than the original. It's Honda's Spring into Action 2 sales event at Plaza Cycle. Honda's blockbuster sales event returns with more thrills, more savings, and more action than ever. Starring Honda's off-road competition bikes, the CRF 450X and the CRF 250X. This time, the story includes 0 down payment, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2007 upon approved credit with your Honda card. And how about this for a plot twist? Take advantage of $150 in bonus bucks with select 2005 models and get $500 in factory-to-dealer incentives on select CRF models. Spring into Action 2. Now playing at Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, Salt Lake. Hurry in. You've got to move fast or get left behind. After 9 months, the number fixed monthly payment of 2.5% original balance, save 2.9% fixed APR through GE Money Bank. Bonus bucks and factory-to-dealer incentive good with purchase on selected model. Top of good for 53106. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Here's Papa John himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizzas. A specialty pizza with unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
All right, we go now to the bottom of the third. Bees leading by a score of 2-1. Howie Kendrick to lead it off. Reached second base when Tyrell Godwin dropped his fly ball for an error in the first inning. Kendrick swings and grounds it foul. Handled cleanly by manager Brian Harper in the coach's box at third. Strike 1. Kendrick eventually coming around to score what was the tying run in the first inning. Now the 0-1 pitch. Fastball foul. That one quickly into the crowd. First base side of the upper deck. And the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Kendrick, Gorno, and Mathis 2 up. Here in the bottom of the third. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and top foul. This one's going to make its way onto the roof. To the right of home plate. The count remains 0-2. 2-1 Salt Lake. All the runs in this game scored in the first inning. On the 2-strike pitch. Top foul again, first base side. This one into the upper deck. So Kendrick making Figueroa work out there. No balls, 2 strikes. Figueroa's pitch. Fastball high, ball 1. Kendrick looking for his first hit of the series. 1-2 from Figueroa. Curveball low, 2-2 the count. Kendrick hit 115 in 10 games for the Angels during his first Major League promotion. The 2-2. Swinging a ground foul over by the third base dugout. Two and two the count on the right-hand batter. Here's Figueroa deals. Swinging a tap foul, a breaking ball that Kendrick reached out and just did get a piece of to stay alive. Figueroa in his last outing at Colorado Springs was not involved in the decision, giving up 7 runs on 8 hits in 6 innings. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. The 2-2 pitch inside and it hit him. So Kendrick hit by the 2-2 pitch. Second hit batter for Figueroa this year. Second time that Kendrick's been hit. So Kendrick now at first. Nobody out for Nick Gornell. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. So Gornell the batter. Gornell just 3 RBI away from 400 in his career. Go to first base, and Kendrick is out at first base. Picked off by the pitcher, Figueroa. Good, quick swipe tag by Broadway on the right forearm. Gets Kendrick for the out. So a pickoff 1-3. 1 away, and the bases are empty here in the third. Gornell leading the Bees with 30 runs batted in. Swings and grounds one behind the bag fair, and past the diving Harris down the left field line. Godwin giving chase. Gornell around first, on his way to second with a double. His 10th 2-bagger of the year. Hit number 5 for the Bees in the ball game. So the pickoff looms large, as instead of maybe second and third, nobody out, it's a runner at second base with 1 out. Here's Jeff Mathis, who singled in the tying run his first time up. Kids having a great time on this Tuesday morning. Why not? You're outside of the ball game instead of in a classroom. Pitch on the way, pop foul, first base side out of play. I remember as a youngster growing up, Jack Brickhouse on WGN television would always talk about all the school groups taking field trips out to Wrigley Field. I always wondered why my school never did that. Now the 0-1. Line drive center field, base hit. Here comes Gornell around third. He's being waved on in. Mateo short of the plate, cut off. It's an RBI single for Jeff Mathis, and the Bees now lead it 3-1. So Mathis with his second RBI, extending the Salt Lake lead to a 2-run advantage. Here's Mike Elward. He put the Bees out in front with a run-scoring single in the first inning. 6 hits now in the ball game for Salt Lake. So now here's Elward. The pitch. Swinging a foul at home plate, strike 1. First, being the youngster that I was, at our school, had a field trip to Wrigley Field, I would have rooted for the other team. No balls, 1 strike. Figueroa's pitch. Mathis takes off as Elward pops it up down the right field line. Slicing towards the bullpen, a sliding effort by the right fielder, Vento, and he makes the catch. What a play by Mike Vento in foul territory on the warning track, sliding behind the Bees bullpen and making the grab as he banged into the barrier. That could very well be our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game. We'll let you know for sure during the 10th inning show. So 2 outs. A runner at first for Curtis Pride. Called out on strikes his first time up. Figueroa's pitch bounces in, blocked by the catcher Castillo, but Mathis goes to second base on the third wild pitch of the game for Nelson Figueroa. So now a runner in scoring position with 2 out, and a 1-ball count on Curtis Pride. Mathis, the runner at second. 2 outs. He's leading 3-1 as the catcher Castillo goes out to converse with Nelson Figueroa. Bottom of the third, 3-1 Salt Lake. Mathis, the lead at second. Now Figueroa ready. The 1-0 pitch to Pride. Change up high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Ryan Buddy is due next. Youngsters enjoying a great day at the ballpark. Figueroa ready, the 2-0. Pride swings and lifts it in the air to center field. Mateo going back, still going back. At the edge of the track, he runs it down to retire the side. Curtis gave it a good ride, but Mateo, with good speed, broke back on it quickly and ran it down. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 runner left on base. We go to the 4th. It's the Bees 3, New Orleans 1 on ESPN 1230.
It's coming, and it's coming fast. The world's greatest riders on the world's fastest motorcycles, escaping danger at every turn. It's the AMA Superbike Championship at Miller Motorsports Park. Miller Motorsports Park delivers Utah onto the stage of world-class racing with the inaugural Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, presented by Parts Unlimited. See this thrilling race Friday, June 16th through Sunday, June 18th. See every hair-raising turn on the newest, longest, and finest racetrack ever built in North America. Plus, you'll witness AMA Supermoto riders competing in a high-flying aerial assault that will have you holding your breath. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or by calling 325-SEAT. That's 325-SEAT. The Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, June 16th through the 18th at the brand new Miller Motorsports Park in Tooele. It'll make your heart race. For more details, visit MillerMotorsportsPark.com.
Whether you need a new refrigerator or you want to redecorate the family room, you'll find exactly what you need at R.C. Willey. Of course, you know that R.C. Willey has the area's largest selection of furniture, major appliances, flooring, and electronics. But you may not know that R.C. Willey also has everything you need to relax or entertain outdoors. Choose from a large variety of patio sets, lawn mowers, and barbecue grills. This season, R.C. Willey has everything you need for your home and patio. R.C. Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
We go to the 4th inning, 3-1 Salt Lake. It'll be Brendan Harris, Mike Tenso, and Larry Broadway duo. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Zephyrs batting order to face left-hander Nathan Bland. Tough loss last night for Jake Peavy and the Padres. Outstanding young right-hander, struck out 16 Atlanta Braves, but lost the ball game 3-1. That's the Padres franchise record for strikeouts, and the most in the major leagues since Mark Pryor struck out 16 Cincinnati Reds on September 30th of 2004. Here's Brendan Harris to lead it off. He struck out swinging his first time up. Straightaway stance for the right-hand batter. Bland's pitch. Curveball, strike at the knees, 0-1. Harris, versatile players, played second, short, third, and caught for the Zephyrs this year. received a brief call-up in April from the Nationals, going 1 for 8 in 7 games played. The one hit was a single. The one strike to Harris. Swing and a miss for the curveball, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Harris rated the number 18 prospect of the Nationals organization by Baseball America. The 0-2, fastball foul, back into the upper deck. And the youngsters scramble for the souvenir. 0-2 the count on Harris, who's appeared in 27 Major League games with the Cubs, Montreal, and Washington. No balls, 2 strikes. Bland's pitch. Fastball, strike 3, called at the knees, and Harris swings the bat in disgust at the home plate umpire and has a few words for him. Strikeout number 4 for Bland, and there's 1 out here in the 4th. Brings up Mike Bento, an RBI single to drive in the New Orleans run in the 1st inning. Bento made his Major League debut last year with the Yankees, going 0 for 2 in 2 games. 1-0 the count as Bland missed with his first pitch. Now the 1-0. Swung on and grounded foul over into the Zephyrs dugout at third. And the count's even at 1-1. Time now for a look at this date in Salt Lake PCL history. Brought to you by Med1 Medical, the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold. The 1-1 pitch, a changeup high, ball 2. Med1 Medical, the sleep professionals. On this date in 1996, Jeff Holm hits a solo home run in the 10th inning to give the Buzz a 12-11 win over Tacoma. 2-1 pitch, fastball high, 3-1. Salt Lake had scored 3 runs in the ninth to tie the game on a 2-run triple by Mitch Simons and a run-scoring ground out by Brian Robbie. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards the hole at short. Backhanded by Speck. A long throw across. And safe at first base is Mike Bento, as Elwood could not handle the ball in the dirt. Good effort by Speck at short. The umpire was ready to ring up Bento, but Elwood unable to come up with that throw that bounced in. That will likely go as a base hit. Here's Larry Broadway, who struck out swinging his first time up. Also on this date in 2002, the Stingers scored 6 runs in the 12th inning for an 8-2 win at Nashville. The inning highlighted by a 2-run triple by Sean Figgins and a 3-run homer by Rob Quinlan. 1 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. And a fastball down and away, strike 1. Lefty against lefty. Ooh, that's a tough error. Tough error to go on Brian Speck on that play in the hole. And no base hit for Bento. Bland the toss to first and the runner's back. Infield at double play depth behind Bland. Now the southpaw ready and the 1-strike pitch. Instead the lob to first, and Bento is back. He's leading 3-1. We're in the top of the 4th. And ready. Again, the move to first, and they got him picked off, but the throw's a bad one and goes all the way into the bullpen. That will allow Bento to take the turn at second and go all the way to third. They had him dead to rights at first base, but Bland's throw was wide of Elwood at first base and went all the way into the Bees bullpen. So instead of 2 out and the base is empty, the Zephyrs now have a runner at third with 1 out. And a 1-strike count on Larry Broadway. The infield back, they'll concede the run on a ground ball here to try to prevent the big inning. The 0-1 to Broadway. Up high, 1-1. Gary Sheffield for the Yankees went 1 for 3 in a minor league rehab assignment with the AA Trenton Thunder last night. After the game, he flew to Boston to rejoin the Yankees, and they're likely to activate him today. Now the 1-1 pitch to Broadway. Curveball, strike, and it's 1-2. Broadway, big left-handed batter, 6'4", 235. Now Bland ready. Looks in, gets his sign from Buddy. Time called as he takes too much time for Broadway's liking. Now everybody ready. Bland working from the windup with a runner at third, 1 out. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball struck him out swinging. Well, that ball looked like it had some action running in towards the left-handed batter. Strikeout number 5 for Nathan Bland. So 2 outs. Here's Brandon Larson. Struck out swinging his first time up. Larson leads New Orleans in the now unofficial statistic of game-winning RBI with 5. Change up outside to the right-hand batter, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Runner at third, 2 out here in the 4th. 1-0. Curveball strike, and it's an ease, 1-1. Larson had a 10-game hitting streak back in April. 179 lifetime hitter and 109 games in the major leagues, all with Cincinnati. Check swing foul, back into the screen, 1-2. Was the most outstanding player in the 1997 College World Series, helping lead LSU to the national title that year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lion trying to get out of trouble here in the 4th. Time called as Larson steps out. Still a few weeks away from the College World Series at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha this year. Again, the 1-2. Curveball struck him out swinging, and the left-hander Bland strikes out the side. No runs, no hits. 2 errors, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Bees 3, Zephyrs 1 on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Hi, this is Ned Siegfried of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams. The Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
All right, we go now to the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-1 Salt Lake. First pitch to Ryan Buddy is low. Ball 1. Ryan, single left field his first time up. Now the pitch, down low again, ball 2. Sun popping out from behind the clouds here. He's leading 3-1. 2 of the 3 runs unearned. Now the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a tap foul behind home plate. 2-1 the count. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Bees. 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error for the Zephyrs. Figueroa ready, the 2-1. Swinging a foul over towards the dugout at third, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Casey Smith and Reggie Willits to follow. Figueroa, the 2-2. Hopped up. Right side of the infield. The first baseman Broadway gives way to the second baseman Castro, and he'll make the catch on the infield grass for out number 1. Brings up Casey Smith, who flied to left his first time up. If a Bees player hits for the cycle at home this season during a regulation 9-inning game, you could win $10,000 in the SMC Capital Management Hit for the Cycle contest, courtesy of Gary Gigi of SMC Capital Management. Register to win at the Franklin Covey Field Customer Service Booth. First pitch to Smith, fastball inside, ball 1. And don't forget to check out www.retirementsource.net for more information on SMC Capital Management, Architects of Wealth. Casey lines one in the alley in right center field, and Bento can't get to it. It goes to the wall. Casey around first, on his way to second with a double. His 8th two-base hit of the year. A rocket up the alley in right center. Bento racing over, trying to cut it off, but could not flag it down. Hit number 7 in the ball game for Salt Lake. Here's Reggie Willits 0 for 2. Willits comes into this game having reached safely in 15 consecutive home games. That equals the 6th longest on-base home streak in the PCL this season, tying the streaks of Portland's Jack Cust and Tony Gwynn Jr. of Nashville. But he is yet to reach base here today. First pitch, a changeup high, ball 1. The longest on-base at home streak this year belongs to Vinny Rottino of Nashville. Now the pitch, swinging a ground ball, back to first, backhanded by Broadway. He'll take it 3 steps to the bag for the out. On the play, Smith goes to third. Martino's reached base safely in 19 straight games. So a runner at third now. 2 out for Brian Speck. He's 1 for 2 again, in case you missed it. Henry Morales was promoted to the Angels after the game last night. Relief pitcher Jason Bulger was sent back. Here's a swing and a looper into right field. It has a chance to drop, and it does. A base hit. Played on the second half by Bento. Smith trolls in from third. It's an RBI single for Brian Speck, and now the Bees lead it 4-1. Speck with his second hit of the game and his 13th run batted in on the season. Wasn't hit hard, but it was well placed into shallow right field. Now here's Howard Kendrick. Reached on an error and scored in the first, and was hit by a pitch in the third. Go to first base, and Speck dives back in safely. Speck, 7 stolen bases on the year. He's been thrown out just once. He's leading 4-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Again, the throw to first. Close. But Speck gets the right hand in ahead of the tag of Broadway. Two out, a runner at first, a run in for the Bees here in the 4th inning. Now Figueroa moved to first. They got him this time. Has the quick tag by Broadway on the right hand of Speck. And for Figueroa, that's the second runner he's picked off at first base in this game. But the Bees get a run on 2 hits. No errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 4, it's the Bees 4, New Orleans 1 on ESPN 1230.
the Federal Reserve? How you doing? Good, good. I'm fine, thanks. Listen, maybe you can help me. You're the guys who control the interest rates, right? Good. I was wondering if you could just not touch the interest rates until I sell my home. Well, yeah, I understand that, but no, I just need you to not touch the interest rate until I sell my home. That's all. Just, don't raise it. Just, keep it stable. Well, is there someone there who can help me? Yeah, I'll hold. Thanks.
Okay, so you can't control the Fed, but call a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent and you'll have qualified buyers from all over the world looking at your home, no matter what the interest rate is. That's because Coldwell Banker agents are not only local experts, they're also part of a national and international referral network of professional agents. So there will be thousands of Coldwell Banker agents all over the world working to find you the right buyer at the right price.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm still on hold. Sure, I'll stay here. Thanks.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond, every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
We go to the 5th inning, 4-1 in favor of the Bees. It'll be Tyrell Godwin, Joshua Bandera, and Alberto Castillo, the 7, 8, 9 hitters in Tim Foley's batting order, to face left-hander Nathan Bland, who's in his longest outing of the year through 4 innings. Tyrell Godwin grounded out to the first baseman Mike Elwood, his first time up. Outfield shaded towards left. Smith even with a bag at third as Bland delivers the first pitch. Fastball outside at the knees, ball 1, our 5th inning. Middle of the game reset of the Bees defensive alignment. Curtis Pride, Reggie Willits, and Nick Gorno in left, center, and in right. A 1-0 pitch. Low and outside, ball 2. Casey Smith at third. Ryan Specht at short. Howie Kendrick at second. Mike Elwood at first. The battery of Nathan Bland pitching and Ryan Buddy catching. The 2-0 pitch to Godwin. Fastball bounced foul back into the right of home plate. And the count's 2-1. Godwin, left-handed batter. Mentioned last night, school record holder at the University of North Carolina for the longest kickoff return, 100 yards for a touchdown against Stanford in 1998. 2-1 pitch, check swing looper foul out of play down the left field line, down beyond the New Orleans bullpen. For a check swing, that ball went a long way. 2-2 the count. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Salt Lake, 1-3-1 for New Orleans. The 2-2 pitch, sidearm breaking ball, and Godwin lays off of it as he misses low and outside. Ball 3, he started to go after it, but checked his swing in time. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Pulled on a line over the glove of the leaping Elwood into right field, a base hit. Played on the roll out there by Nick Gorno. And the leadoff then is aboard for New Orleans here in the 5th inning. Hit number 4 for the Zephyrs. Here's Joshua Bandera, grounded out to the second baseman Kendrick, his first time up. Bandera got a call up in 04 with Montreal. Went hitless in 14 at bats. Lead this New Orleans team by getting hit by a pitch 6 times. Tied with Brendan Harris. Ground ball right side. Kendrick to his left has it. Spins, goes to second one. Spectrum in the first, double play. Well done. Kendrick going far to his left. Loving the ball about shin high. Spinning. Throwing a perfect strike to Specht. Coming across the bag. And relay to first in plenty of time for the 46 double play. Turned by the Bees this year. 4-6-3. 2 out, nobody on for Alberto Castillo, who doubled to right field his first time up. Pitcher's best friend, that double play ball. Although that wasn't a tailor-made grounder. That was a good effort on the part of Howie Kendrick to get that started. Castillo last year spent most of the season backing up Taylorsville's John Buck as the Kansas City catcher, and he takes a strike on the inside corner at the knees, 0-1. Now the pitch. Making ball low, 1-1. Castillo participated in the World Baseball Classic playing for the Dominican Republic. Now Bland ready, the 1-1. Line drive, center field. Willits coming on, slides, and cannot make the catch. It's trapped. And while Willits is standing there, he fires it in. Now the throw back to first, and it gets away from Elward. Oh, they had Castillo dead to right, but the throw got away from Elward. It looked like a good one. Willits thought he caught the ball, held it up, started to argue with the umpire. Castillo started to go to second base, and then had to retrace his steps. The relay throw to third. The first base runner had Castillo by 20 feet, but the throw got away from Elward. All that ends up with a single and a runner at first base with 2 out. Brings up Bernie Castro, who's 0 for 2. Hit number 5 in the ball game for New Orleans. Good effort on the part of Reggie Willits trying to make that sliding catch. With the second base umpire out there quickly, ruled a trap right away. The pitch on the way. Castro swings. It's a floater towards left center. Willits coming on. Has to play it on a hop. Stopping at second base, Castillo. And now the Zephyrs have something going with runners at first and second and 2 out. Hit number 6 in the ball game for the Zephyrs, and that'll bring up Henry Mateo, who's 1 for 2. Again, the Bees had a golden opportunity to get out of the inning, but the throw got away at first base, trying to get Castillo heading back to the bag. So now Mateo stands in, representing the potential tying run in this 4-1 ball game. Activity in the Bees bullpen. The pitch, swing and a miss for the breaking ball down and in, strike 1. Marcus Gwynn starting to throw in the Salt Lake bullpen. 0-1 on Mateo, who doubled and scored in the first. Grounded out to short in the third. And ready, the 0-1. Curveball low and inside to the right-hand batter. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Castillo at second. Castro at first. A lot more speed on the back end of that daily double. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and lofted down the right field line. Could be trouble, and it's going to drop in fair. Castillo to score. Castro to third. Into second base with a double is Henry Mateo, and it's a 4-2 ball game. Just a little floater down the right field line. Beyond the reach of Elward, beyond the reach of Kendrick, beyond the reach of Gornell. So now it's a 4-2 ball game, and the potential tying runs are in scoring position. And again, this is an inning that should be over, if not for the misplay on a throw at first base. No error charges. There was no advancement. Charles Nagy, the Bees pitching coach, out to talk with Bland. Buy some time for Gwynn in the bullpen. After the inability to get Castillo, Bernie Castro with a soft floater into center field for a base hit. And Mateo likewise with a double down the right field line, just a little floater that was well placed. For Mateo, his second double of the game and his 7th of the year. So now, Castro at third, Mateo, the potential tying run, at second, and here's the dangerous Brendan Harris. 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. Bland's pitch. Curve ball low, ball one. Mike Pinto, the right fielders, due next. As Marcus Gwynn hurriedly works in the bullpen, loosening up for the Bees down the right field line. 4-2 Salt Lake here in the top of the fifth. Land ready, and the 1-0. Curve ball low again, ball two. 2-0 the count. Again, Harris started the day hitting .336, fourth best average in the PCL. Looking for his first hit in this series. 2 balls, no strikes. Time called at home plate. Now Bland sets the 2-0 pitch to Harris. Curveball in for a strike, 2-1. Bland at 4 2/3 innings, his longest outing innings-wise this year. Now the southpaw sets for the 2-1 pitch. Fastball popped up into shallow center. Reggie Willits racing hard. He's there, and he's got it to retire the side. 1 run out of all that. 4 hits. No errors. 2 runners left on base. We're halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder. It's the Bees 4, New Orleans 2 on ESPN 1230.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs, or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees Baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
All right, we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's now a 4-2 ball game as the Zephyrs pick up a run in the top of the fifth inning. Here in the bottom of the fifth, it'll be Howie Kendrick, Nick Gordeau, and Jeff Mathis to face Nelson Figueroa. Kendrick was at the plate when Brian Speck was picked off to end the fourth inning. First pitch is bounced in for ball one. Again, Kendrick reached on an error and scored in the first. Was hit by a pitch. Had been picked off the first and the third as Kendrick grounds one foul. Just outside of third. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the New Orleans defensive alignment after the 1-1 pitch to Kendrick. Checked his swing. Did he go around? No. So the umpire at first, 2-1. Tyrell Godwin at left. Henry Mateo in center. And Mike Pentos in right. Brendan Harris at third. Josh LaBandera at short. Bernie Castro at second. And Larry Broadway at first. The 2-1 curveball is low, 3-1. The battery of Nelson Figueroa pitching and Alberto Castillo catching. 3-1 pitches, a strike call on the inside corner, just under the belt, and the count's full at 3-2. Kendrick unhappy with the call. Again, the only other day game in the PCL, about a half hour away from getting started in Sacramento between the River Cats and Iowa. Kendrick on the 3-2, laces one in the alley in right center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Kendrick around first, on his way to second, and he's going to stay there for the leadoff double. So Howie Kendrick with his 11th two-bagger of the year. Hit number 9 for the Bees here this morning, as we are just now morphed into the afternoon. Here's Nick Gorneau, 1 for 2. He has scored twice. He's trying to get that run back. They relinquished in the top of the inning. Figueroa ready to pitch. Line drive, left field. Godwin coming on, makes the letter high catch. Throw back to second base, and Kendrick scampers back safely. Boy, Gorneau hit that one right on the nose, but right at Tyrell Godwin in left field. 1 out for Jeff Mantis, who's 2 for 2 with a pair of RBI singles, 1 in the first and 1 in the third. As activity begins to stir now in the New Orleans bullpen. Mathis pulls one foul into the crowd, third base side for strike 1. For the Zephyrs, a right-hander up in the bullpen. No balls, 1 strike to count. Kendrick at second, 1 away. Now Figueroa's pitch, swinging a ground ball to short. Up with it, La Bandera to throw to first in plenty of time for the second out. So Kendrick leads off the inning with a double. 2 outs later, he's still at second base for Mike Elward. Elward 1 for 2 with an RBI single. He'll identify the right-hander in the bullpen. Wearing number 19, but there is no 19 on the Zephyrs roster. So 2 outs, a runner at second, the pitch. Strike him at the knees, 0-1. 4-2 Salt Lake here in the 5th. Marcus Quinn back up in the Bees bullpen. We'll likely see him in the 6th. The 0-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul up the third base side, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Figueroa looks in. Pitcher's sign from Castillo for the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, lifted into right field. Pinto going back is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So the Bees waste the leadoff double. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on. At the end of 5, it's the Bees 4, New Orleans 2 on ESPN 1230.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I sue the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
It's the news you want, from the team you want, when you want. 2 News at 9 on KJS 14 with 2 News anchors Shauna Lake and Mark Cobell.
Your 9 o'clock news leader is now a number higher.
2 News at 9 on KJAZ. All the news in half the time.
Plus, meteorologist Roland Stedham with your fresh air forecast and exclusive Storm Tracker real-time radar. And sports from the Talkin' Sports team. Tonight, turn on the team taking 9 o'clock news to a whole new level.
2 News at 9 on KJAZ. Fresh air 7 nights a week.
And soon, that won't be all the great news on KJAZ.
Welcome, everyone, to 2 News at 4 o'clock. It's
Utah's first and favorite early afternoon news is on the move at the end of May.
You have changes brewing.
Watch for 2 News at 4 coming to KJAZ 14 starting May 29th. Still, your first view of all the day's news.
The endless battle for firefighters.
With Christina Flores.
Breaking news at this time.
Fields Mosley and your fresh air forecast from Debbie Worthing.
We'll start out even nicer than we are right now.
Remember the move. 2 News at 4 p.m. on KJAZ 14 starts May 29th.
We go now to the top of the 6th inning, and right-hander Marcus Gwynn comes on, inheriting a 4-2 Bees lead. For Gwynn, this will be his 15th appearance of the year. In 19 1/3 innings, he's given up 26 hits, 17 runs, 15 of them earned. He has struck out 18 and walked 10. 3 hit batters, 9 wild pitches to lead the staff, and 2 home runs allowed. Gwynn, no decisions, and a 6.98 earned run average. The PCL batting .313 against Marcus Gwynn. A solid effort today by Nathan Bland. He goes 5 innings, gives up 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a season-high 6 strikeouts, and he did not walk a batter. So now it's up to the bullpen to try to hold the lead for Nathan Bland. Marcus Gwynn to face Mike Bento, Larry Broadway, and Brandon Larson here in the 6th inning. Bento singled in a run in the first, reached on an error by the shortstop Speck in the 4th inning on a play that could have easily been ruled a base hit. First pitch on the way from Gwynn, the fastball high, ball 1. Time now for our 6th inning check of the average scoreboard. Again, nothing underway besides this game, the PCL of the major leagues. 1-0 pitch, a strike at the knees, 1-1. Iowa at Sacramento gets underway in about 25 minutes at Rayleigh Field. Now the 1-1 pitch to Bento. High and inside, spins him around, ball 2. Tonight, Portland at Nashville, Round Rock hosts Las Vegas, Tacoma visits Memphis, Albuquerque hosts Tucson, Oklahoma's at Colorado Springs, and Fresno entertains Omaha. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for the fastball away, 2-2. All of the major league action is tonight. A full slate. Yankees at Boston in the American League. Toronto hosts Tampa Bay. Oakland visits Chicago. Texas hosts the Angels. Cleveland at Minnesota. Detroit at Kansas City. And Baltimore's at Seattle. The 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball in the dirt, ball 3. Fills the count on Bento at 3-2. National League, Houston is at Washington. Florida hosts the Cubs. Milwaukee at Cincinnati. Philadelphia visits New York. Arizona hosts Pittsburgh. Atlanta at San Diego. The Dodgers entertain Colorado. And St. Louis is at San Francisco. 3-2 payoff pitch to Bento. Low, ball 4. Not what Marcus wanted to do there, and that's walk the leadoff man. First free pass issued by Bees pitching today. Now here's Larry Broadway. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. As a matter of fact, he's been to the plate 5 times in this series and has struck out on all 5 occasions. Infield at double play depth behind Gwynn. Marcus pitch to Broadway. Up high, ball 1. When Marcus is on, he's been tough. When he's not, he has really struggled. Now the 1-ball pitch. Into the dirt. It's away from the catcher Buddy despite hitting the right leg of the home plate umpire. And that is the team-leading 10th wild pitch thrown by Marcus Gwynn this year. And the count on Broadway is 2-0. Wynn last worked on the 20th 3 days ago against Oklahoma. Gave up 1 run on 1 hit in an inning of third. As Jonathan Rauenhorst quickly starts to loosen up in the Salt Lake bullpen. 2-0, the count on Broadway. Bento at second base, the pitch. Swing and a miss with a fastball, 2-1. A walk and a wild pitch has put the Zephyrs with a runner at second base and nobody out here in the sixth. Bees leading 4-2. Now Quinn ready, the 2-1 pitch. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't forget, all Monday home games are Harmon's Family Nights with the Bees. Stop by your local Harmon's, pick up a Family Night voucher. That's good for 8 family members to get in for $16 when you redeem it at the Bees box office. Harmon's, your neighborhood grocer. We'll give you the date of the next family night after the 2-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. 1 out here in the 6th. Next Harmon's family night, Monday, June 12th. The Bees open up a series against Fresno. Here's Brandon Larson 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. The strikeout there, the first for Gwynn, obviously, the 7th for Bees pitching in the ball game. So 1 out now with a runner at second base. Gwynn's pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short. Nice belt high bounce for Speck. To throw across on target and in time for out number 2. Bento with the play in front of him has to hold at second base. That brings up Tyrell Godwin, who's 1 for 2. Single to right field his last time up. And the Youngsters enjoying their day here at Franklin Covey Field. Runner at second base, 2 outs. The pitch to Godwin. Fastball down the middle, a strike 0-1. Godwin, originally drafted by Toronto in the 3rd round out of North Carolina. That was in the 2001 draft. Now the 1-strike pitch to the left-hand batter. Swing! And a miss. A pitch in the dirt, 0-2. Nationals picked him up in the Rule 5 draft in December of 2004. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Tyrell Godwin. Bento, the lead at second base. Quinn ready in the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul at the first base side, so the count remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Quinn stares in, gets his sign from Buddy. And now Marcus with the 0-2. Outside ball 1. 1-2 the count. Quinn trying to work out of trouble here in the 6th inning. 1-2 the count, the pitch. Swinging a ground foul at the first base side, and it's still 1-2. Zephyrs in the second portion of a 2-legged road trip, an 8-gamer to Colorado Springs and to Salt Lake. They opened up the trip by winning 3 out of 4 in Colorado Springs, including a come-from-behind win in the opener that Larry Broadway says was a huge win for the Zephyrs, especially coming on a travel day when the Zephyrs were up at 5 a.m. and changing time zones. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Quinn's pitch. He struck him out swinging on a fastball, and that retires the side. Quinn gets out of a runner at second, nobody out situation. No runs, no hits, a walk, one runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth. The Bees 4, New Orleans 2 on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires. Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning, 4-2 in favor of the Bees. It'll be Curtis Pride, Ryan Buddy, and Casey Smith to face Nelson Figueroa. Pride 0 for 2, called out on strikes in the first, wide out to center field in the third. Bees leading 4-2. Figueroa ready. First pitch to Pride. Breaking ball low. Ball one. Curtis in need of a hit to extend his streak to 5 games. One ball the count on the left-handed batter. Figueroa's pitches popped up into right center field. Mateo, the center fielder, calling off Pinto. Now backpedals a step and makes the catch for out number 1. So Pride retired. That'll bring up Ryan Buddy, who's 1 for 2. Don't forget now to be on the lookout for the Geico Insurance run of the game. First time after the 5th inning, the Bees score a run to add to a lead. Geico Insurance donates $25 to the Air Force Fund. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office today. So far this season, there have been 20 Geico Insurance runs, making the total donation $500. As Figueroa's breaking ball is in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. Now the pitch, swing and a miss to the curveball, 0-2. Jonathan Rowenhorst throwing in the Bees bullpen, so we'll likely see him come on in the top of the 7th inning. The 0-2, low for the ball. 1-2 the count on Buddy. Last year, the Bees took 3 out of 4 from New Orleans. Here's the curveball low again, 2-2. They lead the all-time series 27-21 over the Zephyrs since New Orleans came into the PCL in 1998. The 2-2 pitch to Buddy, grounded toward third. Nice backhand pick by Harris, and throw across on target and in time for out number 2. Nice pick by Harris on the backhand side. 2 outs. That'll bring up Casey Smith. Doubled and scored his last time up. Coming around on a Brian Speck 2-out single. Four to 2 Salt Lake here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch to Smith, the changeup inside that hits him. Second hit batter for Figueroa in the ball game for Casey Smith. That's the first time he's been plunked this year. And with that activity again in the New Orleans bullpen, right-hander Jason Bertman starts to throw. So 2 outs. Smith at first. The catcher, Castillo, going to the mound to talk with Figueroa, if for no other reason to buy some time for Bergman to warm up. He's leading 4-2 here in the bottom of the sixth on Prevention Dimensions Day. Kids enjoying themselves, although a couple of school groups have departed. And now, manager Ben Foley making his way out to the mound. That may be all for Figueroa, although Bergman hasn't had a lot of time to loosen up yet. So the discussion is still going on in the mound. Home plate umpire is yet to make a move out towards the mound. And now he does. They'll stop and use the wrist cream on home plate. And it looks like Foley will leave Figueroa in for at least one more batter. Well, it's 0 for 3. He's bounced to the mound, popped to third, and grounded to first. Again, Casey has to be wary over at first. Figueroa with an excellent move over there has already picked off 2 base runners so far today. So 2 outs. Runner at first base, the pitch. Willett shows punt. Takes low, delayed steal, and safe at second base is Casey Smith as the shortstop La Bandera juggled the ball after applying the tag. So the delayed steal works. Casey with his first stolen base in 3 tries. So now that Geico Insurance run is in scoring position with 2 outs. 1 ball, the count on Willits. Figueroa's pitch. Curveball low and inside of the left-hand batter. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Been an interesting day for Figueroa. 2 hit batters, 3 wild pitches. And now they're just going to put Willits on, so that will extend Reggie's home on base streak to 16 straight games. As ball 4 is delivered. Now here comes another switch hitter in Brian Speck, who's 2 for 3 with a run batted in. And that's going to be all for Nelson Figueroa. Tim Foley wearing his Zephyrs warm-up top that on the back says, proud to call New Orleans home. The first professional team in New Orleans to permanently reestablish themselves in New Orleans exclusively. So that's going to be all for Figueroa. Jason Bergman on the pitch. We'll tell you all about him after this. 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike 1.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pregame and postgame feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up on our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum like the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem. Good food, good fun, and deliciously complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up. The Old Spaghetti Factory in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
Right-hander Jason Bergman now on the pitch for New Orleans, making his 10th appearance of the year. In 14 and 2/3 innings, he's given up 13 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He struck out 13 and walked 4. Bergman 3-0 with 1 save and a 1.84 earned run average. The PCL batting .245 against right-hander Jason Bergman. Ryan Speck 2 for 3 will come to the plate. He's driven in 1 run today, with runners at first and second base and 2 outs. Bergman ready to pitch. Speck fouls it back, strike 1. Bergman, no decisions in 11 appearances this year for the Nationals, with a 5.91 earned run average. Was on the opening day roster for the Nationals. The 0-1. Speck swings and slices one down the left field line towards the corner and out of play. 0-2, the count on Speck. Last year in a late call-up, Bergman 2-0 in 15 appearances for the Nationals. Two outs. Smith at second base, Willits at first. He's trying to add to a 4-2 lead. 0-2, the count on Speck. The 6'4", 205-pound right-hander Bergman delivers. High ball, snap throw to first, and Willits is back in safely. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's with a 2-run lead here in the 6th inning. The pitch. Pulled foul deep down the right field line, but hooking well out of play. So the count on Speck remains 1-2. Ryan already in this series, 4 hits and 6 at-bats. Only his 3rd game back after missing 10 due to back spasms. Now the 1-2. Swung on, lofted down the left field line. Godwin a long run. Will he get there? Yes, he will. To make the Bill of the Cap high catch in fair territory to retire the side. No runs, no hits. 2 runners left on base. We go to the 7th. It's the Bees 4, New Orleans 2 on ESPN 1230.
When you take your family out and get a great deal on a big, delicious breakfast, that's getting your Denny's worth. Denny's 3 new Supreme Bowl breakfasts are just $5.99. Denny's Ultimate Bowl starts with country fried potatoes, scrambled eggs, and cheese sauce. Then we layer ham and mushrooms, chopped onions, peppers, tomatoes, and cheddar cheese. You'll also love Denny's 2 sausage and cheddar bowls, or the ham and Swiss bowls, each with bacon, sausage, and pancakes. At just $5.99, that's how to get your Denny's worth.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and the chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
All right, we go to the 7th inning, and left-hander Jonathan Wallenhorst comes on to pitch for the Bees. For Wallenhorst, this will be his 19th appearance of the year. In 21 innings, he's given up 22 hits, 13 runs, 12 of them earned. He struck out 15 and walked 9. Wallenhorst 1-3, 1 save, and a 5.14 earned run average. PCL batting .272 against Jonathan Wallenhorst. Marcus Gwynn worked his scoreless inning, striking out 2, walking 1, no hits allowed. He did throw 1 wild pitch. So Wallenhorst on to face Josh LaBandera, Alberto Castillo, and Bernie Castro. So Wallenhorst ready to go. LaBandera 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play his last time up. Jonathan's pitch. Bunted first base side. Wallenhorst off the hill. Spins and throws to first, and it hits the runner. And he is safe at first base. So a bunt single for La Bandera to start things off for the Zephyrs here in the 7th. Wallenhorst worked the scoreless inning his last time out. That was on Sunday afternoon against Oklahoma. So here's Castillo, who's 2 for 2, with a double and a single. No argument from the Bees. It looked like Lavandero was close to being inside the first baseline, which would have been interference and an out. That's the 8th end of the ball game for New Orleans. Pitch to Castillo inside, ball 1, as he backs the right-hand hitter away. Time now for the Zions Bank 7th inning game summary. 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Bees. 2 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for the Zephyrs. New Orleans left 5 runners on base. The Bees have stranded 7. The 1-0 pitch. Pass ball a little high, 2-0. Bees with 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Zephyrs 1 in the first and 1 in the 5th. The Bees runs in the first inning, both of them were unearned. Now the 2-0. Curveball strike on the outside corner to knees, 2-1. Iowa and Sacramento should just about be underway at Raley Field. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Infield, double play depth. Wallenhorst ready. The 2-1 to Castillo. Sinks down low, ball 3. Trouble brewing here in the 7th as the bottom of the order tries to set the table for the Zephyrs. 3 balls, 1 strike. Castillo out of the batter's box momentarily. Now Wallenhorst set the 3-1 pitch to Castillo. Instead, the lob over to first sends Labandera back. Outfield playing Castillo to pull. Towards left field. Now Wallenhorst, the 3-1 pitch. Fastball strike, and that fills the count at 3-2. Jonathan Wallenhorst, 6'1", 180 in his 6th professional season. 3 balls, 2 strikes. See if Labandera takes off to stay out of the ground ball double play over at first base. Wallenhorst ready. The 3-2. He does not go, and it's cut out and miss. He struck him out swinging. 1 out. That is the strikeout number 9 for Bees pitching in the ball game. 1 on, 1 out for Bernie Castro, who's 1 for 3. Dropped a single into shallow center his last time up. Chris Buchek now up in the Bees bullpen. First pitch to Castro high, snap throw to first, and it bounces in, and Elwood gets a glove on it just to knock it down. Ball 1, the count. One ball, no strikes. Wallenhorst from the stretch, the pitch. Castro shows bunt, takes a curveball low, ball 2. Two and nothing the count. Buchek is up, but he is not throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. Wallenhorst ready. 2-0 to Castro. Side, the curveball on the outside corner for knees, 2-1. Castro has had success over the years against Salt Lake. In 2003, as a member of the Portland Beavers, He was 30 for 72, a .417 average. Hit .292 against the Stingers in 2004 with the Beavers. Wallenhorst ready. The 2-1. Swinging a ground ball through the hole into left field, a base hit. Stopping at second base, Lavandera. And now the Beavers have runners at first and second with only one out. So Castro with his second hit. Here's the center fielder, Mateo. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles. The last one just a little floater down the right field line, landing in between the triangle of Gordeau, Kendrick, and Elwood. So a struggle here in the seventh for Jonathan Wallenhorst. He's fallen behind the last two batters after Lavandera's bunt single opened up the inning. Runners at first and second, one out. The pitch to Mateo. Swung on and sliced down the right field line, heading towards the corner. That's a fair ball. In around third, Lavandera scores. They're going to wave Castro around. Here's the relay throw to the plate, and he is going to be safe. He avoided the tag, walking around Ryan Buddy, and then reached in with the left hand. 2-run score, and the game is tied at 4. What a slide by Bernie Castro, as he should have been dead to rights at home plate. I'm guessing they're going to call that a double and third on the throw. But now it's a tie game. Nathan Bland no longer can win this game. Third blown save of the year, charged to Jonathan Wallenhorst. And now the go-ahead run for the Zephyrs at third with one out. Brendan Harris, the batter, takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Well, it left the bat of the tail. It looked like it was going to slice foul, but it stayed fair. Into the corner and right. And credit Castro for a great play, avoiding the tag from Ryan Buddy at home plate. Infield in all the way around. The 0-1 to Harris. Swinging a foul, back out of play. 0-2 the count on Harris. And the Zephyrs have come back to tie it at 4. Here in the 7th inning. Now Wallenhorst ready. The 0-2 to Harris. Curveball outside, 1-2 the count. So both starting pitchers will no longer be involved in the decision. Now the 1-2. Curveball into the dirt. They go around, no, says the umpire at first. And the count's even at 2-2. Mike Bento, the right fielder, is due next. Iowa and Sacramento just underway. In Sacramento. 2-2, the count on Harris. Wallenhorst pitch. Strike 3 on a backdoor curveball on the outside corner at the knees, and Harris can't believe it. Harris, arguing with the home plate umpire, takes his helmet off. And so a big strikeout there. That's the 10th strikeout for the Bees pitching staff in the game. And that means Dow Solio Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $125 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. So 2 outs now. A go-ahead run at third for New Orleans for Mike Pinto. Singled in a run in the first. Reached on an error in the fourth, and walked in the sixth. And they're going to put him on and set up the lefty-lefty matchup against Larry Broadway. who is probably doubly dangerous in this situation. He's 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts in this series. Ball 3 is delivered. This is only the 4th intentional walk given out by the Bees pitching staff this year. So now Mateo at third, Vento at first with 2 outs. A 4-4 game. A go-ahead run 90 feet away. Here's Broadway. Lefty against lefty. The outfield around towards left. Rowan Horst ready to pitch. Fastball outside at the belt. Ball 1. Chris Kuchek probably ready when needed out of the Salt Lake bullpen. The 1-0 pitch. Line to the right center field, a base hit. In to score from third, Mateo. Racing for third is Vento. It's an RBI single for Larry Broadway, and the Zephyrs take the lead, 5-4. Well, you just had a feeling that Broadway, who was more than just overdue, would come through, and he did. And that's going to be all for Jonathan Rowenhorst, who's given up 3 and the lead here in the 7th inning. Ryan Harper out to the mound. Chris Buchek to come on. We'll tell you all about him after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical. Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882. Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Chris Buchek on for the 8th time this year. His 4th appearance out of the bullpen in 20 in the 3rd innings. He's given up 18 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned. He has struck out 9 and walked 16. Buchek 2-0 with a 4.87 earned run average. The PCL batting .247 against Chris Buchek, who inherits runners at first and third with 2 outs. 3 runs across as the Zephyrs have taken a 5-4 lead. Brandon Larson will be the first batter that he faced. Buchek officially taken off the Angels disabled list and assigned to Salt Lake over the weekend. Buchek last worked on Sunday, pitching a scoreless inning against the Red Hawks. And it looks like for the time being, the Angels want Buchek to stay in the bullpen. So runners at the corners, 2 out. Larson, the batter, as Chris delivers. Curveball low and outside. Backhanded by the catcher, Buddy. Ball 1. Again, 3 runs across. Rowenhorst could have been out of the inning with a 1-run lead. But a great play by Castro to avoid a tag by Buddy at home plate. 1-0 pitch is a fastball high. Ball 2. As he was out by about 15 feet, but somehow he was able to dance around Ryan and then dive in with the left hand and slap it on the plate before the tag could be applied. The 2-0 pitch to Larson. Fastball high, ball 3, a wide one would load the bases. This is the 10th blown save for the Salt Lake bullpen this year. The 3-0 pitch to Larson. Green line, and he fouls it back. Up over the roof, 3-1 the count. Iowa with a run in the top of the first, Bill Batting leading at Sacramento 1-0. Bento at third, Broadway at first. The pitch. High and away, he walked him. Buchek walks the first batter he faces, and now the bases are loaded for Tyrell Godwin, who's 1 for 3. So bases loaded, 2 out. For Tyrell Godwin. Buchek ready. The pitch. Swing and a fastball and a foul back. Strike 1. Godwin this year 1 for 2 with the bases loaded. Pivotal point in this ball game now as Buchek tries to keep it at a 1-run deficit. The 0-1 pitch to Godwin. Swing and a foul back to the screen, 0-2. Can't close the books on Rauenhorst line. He's responsible for Bento at third and Broadway at second. Larry Broadway's first contact in 7 at-bats, a base hit after striking out 6 straight plate appearances here in the series, has put the Zephyrs out in front. Now the 0-2 to Godwin. Line down the left field line, slicing foul and out of play. Mateo tied the game with his 2-run double, his 3rd double of the afternoon. No balls, 2 strikes. The infield back, the outfield straight away. Buchek ready in the 0-2. Just outside of the knees, 1-2. Breeze's switch now was blowing out a little bit, now blowing in from right. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a shot foul at the first base side. Karam's off the railing beyond the first base dugout and out into right field. Recovered by Howie Kendrick. 1-2 the count on Godwin. Bases loaded, 2 out. 5-4 New Orleans here in the 7th. Buchek's pitch. Just outside of the bell, ball 2. No place to put him. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Now Buchek ready. The 2-2. Slap foul at the third base side, still 2-2. He's in the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll have Kendrick, Gorneau, and Mathis, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, due up. Five to 4 New Orleans as they've taken the lead with a 3-run 7th inning. Bases loaded, 2 out. The 2-2 pitch to Godwin. Swung on and fouled back. Godwin battling Buchek here. Still 2-2. Bento at third, Broadway at second, Larson at first. Now Buchek from the stretch. Again the 2-2. Line drive, base hit, right field. Bento scores. Broadway's in behind him. On to third base goes Larson. And now the Zephyrs lead it 7-4. A rocket off the bat of Godwin, who battled Buchek until he could find a pitch he could drive. That does close the books on Rauenhorst. 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 strikeouts and a walk. And here's Josh LaBandera, who started it all off with a bunt single. This is the 3rd time in the last 10 days that the Bees' opponent has had a big inning of 5 runs or more that has started with a bunt single. New check ready, the pitch to LaBandera. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So now the Bees, who once led by 3, now trail by 3. No balls, 1 strike. Now the wind is shifted back out of the northwest, blowing straight out. The 0-1 pitch to LaBandera. Take to third, look to first, but nobody bit. No balls, 1 strike. Now Buchek ready in the 0-1. Tried to hold up on a breaking ball, couldn't do it. And the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to the right-hand batter. Bees have not been a come-from-behind team this year. 0-11 in games in which they trailed after 7. 0-13 in games in which they trailed going into the 9th. The 0-2 pitch, runner at first goes, swinging a foul. And Godwin will have to turn around and head back to first base. 0-2 the count on LaBandera, who got it all started in this inning. But again, 4 extra runs in this inning after that play by Castro to avoid the tag at home plate when he was out by 15 feet. The 0-2 pitch lined again into right center field, but Gorneau coming on makes the bell high catch to retire the side. 5 runs scored on 5 hits. No errors, 2 left. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by America First Credit Union with a score now New Orleans 7, the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
When you take your family out and get a great deal on a big, delicious breakfast, that's getting your Denny's worth. Denny's 3 new Supreme Bowl breakfasts are just $5.99. Denny's Ultimate Bowl starts with country fried potatoes, scrambled eggs, and cheese sauce. Then we layer ham and mushrooms, chopped onions, peppers, tomatoes, and cheddar cheese. You'll also love Denny's 2 sausage and cheddar bowls, or the ham and Swiss bowl, each with bacon, sausage, and pancakes. At just $5.99, that's how to get your Denny's worth.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
It's back, and the sequel is even hotter than the original. It's Honda's Spring into Action 2 sales event at Plaza Cycle. Honda's blockbuster sales event returns with more thrills, more savings, and more action than ever. Starring Honda's off-road competition bikes, the CRF 450X and the CRF 250X. This time, the story includes 0 down payment, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2007 upon approved credit with your Honda card. And how about this for a plot twist? Take advantage of $150 in bonus bucks with select 2005 models and get $500 in factory-to-dealer incentives on select CRF models. Spring into Action 2. Now playing at Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, Salt Lake. Hurry in. You've got to move fast or get left behind. After 9 months, minimum fixed monthly payment of 2.5%, original balance, 2.9% fixed APR through GE Money Bank. Bonus bucks and factory-to-dealer incentive good with purchase on selected models. Top of goods at 53106. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Now the Bees find themselves trailing for the first time since the first inning, as they trail 7-4. It'll be Howie Kendrick, Nick Gorneau, and Jeff Mathis to face Jason Bergman, who now stands to be the pitcher of record for the Zephyrs. First pitch a strike, 0-1. Kendrick 1 for 2. He doubled to right his last time up, leading off the 5th, but was never advanced past second base. As Bergman pours in a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. The pitch Taking ball outside, 1-2 the count. We're in the second at Sacramento. Iowa leading the River Cats 1-0. A 1-2 pitch to Kendrick, popped up. Right side of the infield, the first baseman Broadway grabs it for out number 1. One away, that'll bring up Nick Gorneau, who's 1 for 2. Time now for a look ahead at what's on the road for the Salt Lake Bees. Brought to you by Big O Tires, a reputation you can ride on. First pitch to Gorneau, lifted in the air towards left. Godwin going back. It's up there, and it's gone. A home run for Nick Gorneau, and it's down New Orleans 7 and the Bees 5. Boy, Gorneau is 6th home run of the year and his 31st run batted in. For Berkman, that's his 2nd home run allowed. Now here's Jeff Mathis, 2 for 3 with a pair of RBI singles. Bees, after 2 more home games with New Orleans, hit the road on Friday for a 4-game Memorial Day weekend series at Las Vegas. Mathis bunt, and diving forward is Berkman to make the catch. Great effort by the New Orleans pitchers. Mathis tried to bunt his way on, popped it up, not very high, but Berkman coming off the hill, go forward to make the catch. 2 outs for Mike Elward, who's 1 for 3. Friday night, Saturday night in Las Vegas, Sunday afternoon and Monday afternoon. 8:05 Mountain Time on Friday and Saturday. 1:05 Sunday and Monday. Pitch to Elward, a strike. Fastball at the knees, 0-1. A lefty up now in the New Orleans bullpen. Now the 0-1. Elward pops it up. Playable to the right of home plate. The first baseman Broadway coming down has it to retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit on the home run by Gorneau. Nobody left on base. We go to the 8th. New Orleans 7, the Bees 5 on ESPN 1230.
Athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike 1.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pregame and postgame feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up on our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum like the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem. Good food, good fun, and deliciously complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up. The Old Spaghetti Factory in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
All right, we go to the 8th inning. He's trailing by 2 at 7-5. It'll be Alberto Castillo, Bernie Castro, and Henry Mateo. 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up to face Chris Buchek. 7-5 New Orleans here in the 8th. Castillo 2 for 3, doubled in the 3rd, singled and scored in the 5th, and struck out swinging in the 7th inning. Buchek ready to pitch. Rolling inside to the right-hand batter, ball 1. 1-0 the count. as Buchek delivers. Swung on and foul. First base side over the roof and on the West Temple. So the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Buchek winds the 1-1. Swinging a broken bat bounce to the right side. Kendrick charges, scoops up and flips on the run. Over to first for the out, 1 away. Boy, splinters all over the place. One out. Here's Bernie Castro, who had a key single in that 7th inning and scored and had maybe the big play with that at the plate, avoiding the tag of Ryan Buddy when he was out by 15 feet. The pitch slapped towards the hole and through into left field, a base hit. So the pesky Bernie Castro has his 3rd hit. So a runner at first base, 1 out for Henry Mateos, 3 for 4. All 3 of his hits have been doubles. Wonder if Castro's even eligible for this game. He was on the disabled list, and nothing official posted by New Orleans about a transaction. Throw to first base, and the runner's back. Although that's not something that they really play a whole lot of, attention to. Pitch on the way. Strike 0-1. Castro was activated. Chris Schroeder, a pitcher who's not on the roster, was warming up earlier in the bullpen. 1 strike on Mateo. Buchek ready to pitch. Pitch out, but Castro wasn't going anywhere, and the count's even at 1-1. Castro ended the season with 357 stolen bases in his 8-year career. One ball, 1 strike. Quick throw to first, and Castro dives back in safely. This year, he's a perfect 7 out of 7 in the stolen base department for the Zephyrs. Buchek ready. The 1-1. Fastball high, 2-1. And right now, this game in the hands of the bullpens is neither starter, Nathan Bland for the Bees or Nelson Figueroa for the Zephyrs, will figure in the final decision. Buchek ready, the 2-1. Foul back and out of play. 2-2 the count. When Bland left the game, he was up 4-2. But the Bees bullpen suffering their 10th blown save of the year, although of the 10 in 2 occasions, the Bees did still come back and win the ball game. Go to first base and back in safely is Castro. 7 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for New Orleans. 5-10-2 for the Bees. Runner at first base, 1 out. The 2-2 to Mateo. Instead, Buchek steps off and looks Castro back towards first. Crowd thinning out as the kids have to head back to school. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a splitter away. He struck him out. First strikeout for Buchek. Strikeout number 11. The Bees pitching in the ball game. 2 out for Brendan Harris, who's 0 for 4. He struck out 3 times. Twice caught looking, and both times had quite a discussion with the home plate umpire. So 2 outs, a runner at first. The pitch into the dirt, scoots by the catcher, Buddy. And Castro will take second base on the wild pitch. Kuchek's first of the year. One ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes. Apparently that's been ruled a pass ball. One ball to count on Harris. Kuchek's pitch. Change up strike in the inside corner at the knees, 1-1. Bottom of the second inning, it's Sacramento. Still Iowa 1 and the River Cats nothing. Kuchek ready. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul at the third base side, 1-2. A misplayed sacrifice bunt, bringing in the Iowa run. In the bottom of the eighth, the Bees will have Pride, Buddy, and Smith. The 7, 8, 9 hitters, 2 up. As they trail it by 2, 7-5 here in the eighth. Good check from the belt. The check of the runner at second, the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball. Flag down by Smith to his left. Spins and throws to first for the out to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. A fine play by Casey Smith. We go to the bottom of the eighth. New Orleans 7, the Bees 5 on ESPN 1230.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates and tenants. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's coming, and it's coming fast. The world's greatest riders on the world's fastest motorcycles, escaping danger at every turn. It's the AMA Superbike Championship at Miller Motorsports Park. Miller Motorsports Park delivers Utah onto the stage of world-class racing with the inaugural Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, presented by Parts Unlimited. See this thrilling race Friday, June 16th through Sunday, June 18th. See every hair-raising turn on the newest, longest, and finest racetrack ever built in North America. Plus, you'll witness AMA Supermoto riders competing in a high-flying aerial assault that will have you holding your breath. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or by calling 325-SEAT. That's 325-SEAT. The Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, June 16th through the 18th at the brand new Miller Motorsports Park in Tooele. It'll make your heart race. For more details, visit MillerMotorsportsPark.com.
We go to the bottom of the eighth. Bees trailing 7-5. Curtis Pride, Ryan Buddy, and Casey Smith 2 up. The face right-hander, Jason Bergman. And the Bees trying to do something they haven't done yet this year, and that's win a ball game. We're trailing going into the eighth. First pitch from Bergman in at the knees is strike 0-1. Curtis Pride questioning the call. Curtis with a 4-game hitting streak on the line. Didn't miss at bat. He struck out looking and twice fly to center field. The 0-1. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Godwin in 2 steps, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Pride retired, 1 away. Here's Ryan Buddy, 1 for 3. Rounded out to third, his last time up. Once again, a left-hander throwing. In the New Orleans bullpen. First pitch to Buddy, high and inside, ball 1. The fine closer, Bill Bray, warming up. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Fastball in for a strike at the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bergman's pitch. Curveball into the dirt, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 7-5 New Orleans here in the 8th. Outfield, deep and around towards left. Bergman's pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air down the left field line. Godwin towards the corner. Does he have room? And he does. And makes the catch on the foul side of the line for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Godwin had a long way to go for that one, but ran it down in the left field corner where there isn't a whole lot of room. Now here's Casey Smith. Hit by a pitch his last time up. 2 out, nobody out. Bees need 1 batter to reach base to bring the tying run to the plate. First pitch to Casey. Ground ball foul at the third base side for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. 7-5 New Orleans. A 5-run 7th put them out in front. The 0-1 bounces by the catcher Castillo, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reggie Willits due next. Pitch waved at and missed the strike, and it's 1-2. 12,555 here on Prevention Dimensions Tuesday. Kids having a great time. The 1-2 fouled off first base side, lifted over the roof and out of play. So the count remains 1-2. Zephyrs 1 in the first, 1 in the 5th, 5 in the 7th. The Bees 2 in the first, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 7th. Greg Jones staying loose. He'll likely come on in the 9th. The 1-2 to Smith, reaches out, sends a flare into shallow right. Bento coming on, plays it on the hop. And so Smith has his second hit. And now Reggie Willits stands in as the potential tying run. And that may be all for Bergman. They're going to bring in the left-hander Bray. Turn Willits around and have him bat right-handed. And we'll give you the numbers on Bray when we return after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or a new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Here's Papa John himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizzas.
A specialty pizza with unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
Left-hander Bill Bray on for the 19th time this year for New Orleans. In 28 in the 3rd innings, he's given up 22 hits, 12 runs all earned. He struck out 43 batters while walking only 9. That's 43 batters he struck out in 28 in the 3rd innings. He's hit 1 batter, no wild pitches, and he has surrendered, though, 4 home runs. He's 4-1 with 2 saves and a 3.81 earned run average. The PCL batting, 208. Against the 6'3", 215-pound left-hander in his 3rd year. First-round pick out of William and Mary in 2004. 13th selection overall. First ever first-round pick in any sport out of William and Mary, which happens to be Curtis Pride's school. He was a 10th-round pick, though, out of William and Mary. So here's Reggie Willits. 0 for 3. Willits has one home run this year, but that was batting left-handed. He stands in representing the tying run. Pitch to Willits. Fastball high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Willits needs a base hit to extend his hitting streak to 5 games. Now Bray ready for 1-0. Fastball strike on the inside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Harper going through signs over at third. He's trailing by 2 with 2 outs and a runner at first base here in the bottom of the 8th. Bray's pitch. Willits grounds one to the right side. A nice bell high bounce for Castro, who sidearms it to first, and that'll do it for the Bees in the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. As we go to the 9th, it's New Orleans 7, the Bees 5 on ESPN 1230.
Whether you need a new refrigerator or you want to redecorate the family room, you'll find exactly what you need at R.C. Willey. Of course, you know that R.C. Willey has the area's largest selection of furniture, major appliances, flooring, and electronics. But you may not know that R.C. Willey also has everything you need to relax or entertain outdoors. Choose from a large variety of patio sets, lawn mowers, and barbecue grills. This season, R.C. Willey has everything you need for your home and patio. R.C. Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Greg Jones on the pitch here in the 9th inning for the Bees, and for Greg, this will be his 16th outing of the year. In 20 and 2/3 innings, he's given up 20 hits, 13 runs, all earned. He struck out 18, walked 9. Greg is 1-3 with a 5.66 earned run average. PCL batting .253 against Greg Jones. Mike Bento to lead it off, and he takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Chris Butchek goes an inning and a third, gives up 2 hits, no runs charged, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Swinging a tap foul, 0-2. Bento was intentionally walked in that 5-run 7th, but eventually came around to score. He's trailing by 2 here in the 9th. Jones ready, the 2-strike pitch. Ground ball, hit out to short, fielded on the second hop by Speck. A throw across in plenty of time for out number 1. 1 away, that'll bring up Larry Broadway, who had been 0 for 6 in the series with 6 strikeouts before lining an RBI single in the 7th that put New Orleans out in front. These will have Speck, Kendrick, and Gorneau, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, due up in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch to Broadway, a strike on an off-speed pitch at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. More than half of the 5th and 6th graders have left. There's a swing and a ground ball, right side, fielded on the second hop by Elwood. 2 steps to the bag, and that's out number 2. But again, you look back on that play in the 7th. As they'd taken too wide a turn at first base. He had a chance to throw him out, Castro, but the throw got away from Elwood, And after that, the floodgates open. Here's Brandon Larson taking low, ball one. But has gotten out of the inning, leading 4-3. 1 ball to count. The pitch. Fastball low, ball two. Again, 12,555 today for the Prevention Dimensions Day. The 2-0. Swung on in the air to left center field. Coming in and over, the center fielder Willits is there, and he makes the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Another 1-2-3 inning. Brought to you by Keith Barton and Associates. 1-800-IT'S-EASY. You go to the bottom of the ninth. The Bees need at least 2. It's New Orleans 7, Salt Lake 5 on ESPN 1230.
Hi, this is Ned Siegfried of Siegfried and Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. Siegfried and Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams. The Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried and Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried and Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
It's back, and the sequel is even hotter than the original. It's Honda's Spring into Action 2 sales event at Plaza Cycle. Honda's blockbuster sales event returns with more thrills, more savings, and more action than ever. Starring Honda's off-road competition bikes, the CRF 450X and the CRF 250X. This time, the story includes 0 down payment, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2007 upon approved credit with your Honda card. And how about this for a plot twist? Take advantage of $150 in bonus bucks with select 2005 models and get $500 in factory-to-dealer incentives on select CRF models. Spring into Action 2. Now playing at Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, Salt Lake. Hurry in. You've got to move fast or get left behind. After 9 months, minimum 6 monthly payments, 2.5% original balance, take 2.9% fixed APR through GE Money Bank. Bonus bucks and factory-to-dealer incentive good with purchase on selected model. Topic Victor 53106. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Well, we go to the bottom of the ninth. The Bees need 2 as they trail 7-5. It'll be Brian Speck, Howie Kendrick, and Nick Gorno to face left-hander Bill Bray, who's 2 out of 3 in closing situations. Santiago Ramirez had been their number 1 closer, but he was promoted to Washington today. As was another pitcher, Saul Rivera. Speck on the first pitch, pops it up foul. First base side, out of play for strike 1. Here in the ninth, Godwin, Mateo, and Vento in left, center, and right. Harris, Lavandera, Castro, and Broadway, the infield third to first. A battery of Bray pitching and Castillo catching. Then the Bees need 1 batter to reach base to bring the tying run to the plate. The 0-1 pitch, and Speck takes a fastball strike on the inside corner at the belt, 0-2. And the Bees are 0-13 this year in games they've trailed going into the ninth. The 0-2 pitch struck him out swinging on a slider down the end. 1 out here in the ninth. Brings up Howie Kendrick, who's 1 for 3 with a double. If the Bees don't rally, Portland could move into first place with a win at Nashville tonight. Nashville going with a knuckleballer from Kearns, Sherrod Fernandez, as Kendrick takes a strike, 0-1. Eric Young, 4-3 going for Portland. Fernandez, 1-1 for the Sound. The 0-1 pitch, Kendrick loops 1 foul into the seats behind the first base dugout. 0-2 the count. Ball booted by the P.J. Carlissimo lookalike. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Gray ready to pitch. Into the dirt, 1-2. Bill Bray PCL Pitcher of the Week earlier this month. Last worked at Colorado Springs on the 21st. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Did not fare well, giving up 4 runs on 3 hits in an inning and 2/3. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Bray ready, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball inside at the knees, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nick Corneau, who homered his last time up, is on deck. 2-2 the count on Kendrick. Bray's pitch. Fastball grazed him. And so Kendrick hit for the second time in this game. So that will bring the tying run to the plate. So runner at first, 1 out for Gorneau. 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. The pitch. Swung on and popped up. Shallow right, Bento, the right fielder there. And he'll glove it for the for the second out. So it's up to Jeff Pappas. 2 for 4 with a pair of RBI singles. So the Bees down to their last out. Game they let get away. Unless they rally here, the pitch. Strike on the inside corner at the belt, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Ray ready, the lefty deals. Swing and a miss. Snap for the first, and back with a head first dive is Kendrick. But now Mathis is in the hole, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Infield back, the outfield playing Mathis to pull, the 0-2. Looper in the right field, that's going to fall in for a base hit. Kendrick will take the turn at second and advance to third. Now the Bees hanging in there, and it's up to Mike Elward. Kendrick at third. Mathis the tying run at first. 2 outs for Elward. 1 for 4 with an RBI single back in the first inning. And that's going to bring a visit to the mound from the pitching coach, former Oakland A's pitcher, Steve McCaddy. So Kendrick at third, Mathis at first. Good piece of hitting by Mathis behind 0-2. Just wanted to keep the game going and serve that ball into right field. Just going the other way with it. And it's up to Mike Elward. If he keeps it alive, Adam Paskovich has a bat. The pinch hit for Curtis Pry. Ray ready, and the pitch to Elward. Fastball strike to the outside corner at the bell, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Kendrick at third, Mathis at first. Mathis the tying run. The 0-1 pitch. Popped up foul, first base side, chasing after it Broadway, but it lands out of play beyond the tarp. But now Elward's in the hole, 0-2. Well, the kids that are still left making a lot of noise. Hoping that Mike Elward can keep things going or put it to an end in a positive way. No balls, 2 strikes. Ray ready, the pitch. Inside with a curveball, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes the count. Ray ready to pitch. Into the dirt with a slider, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Adam Paskovich due next. Now Bray ready. The 2-2 pitch. Pops him up. That should do it. Short center field. The second baseman Castro going out. And he makes the backhanded running catch to retire the side. So for the Bees in the ninth, no runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. The final score, the New Orleans Zephyrs 7 and the Salt Lake Bees 5. We'll be back with the 10th inning show next on ESPN 1230.
The game is over, and the fans are headed home. Stay tuned. The 10th inning show is coming up next. You've been listening to Salt Lake Bees Baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates and tenants. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees Baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
Welcome to the 10th inning show, a complete recap of today's game, as well as a look at other games around the major leagues and the Pacific Coast League. Once again, let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Well, a tough one for the Bees today. They had a 4-2 lead going into the 7th, but the Zephyrs put up a 5 spot and go on to win it 7-5. Totals in the ball game for the Zephyrs: 7 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, 8 left. For the Bees, 5 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, and 10 left. The winning pitcher, Jason Bergman, now 4-0. The losing pitcher, Jonathan Rauenhorst, 1-4. Bill Bray records his 3rd save. 12,555 in attendance. Don't have a time of game as of yet, but probably right around 3 hours or so. And the Bees had that lead, but again, with runners at first and second, 1 out, Henry Mateo hit one into the right field corner for a double. They had a chance to throw out Castro at the plate. He was thrown out on the replay by 15 feet, except Castro somehow danced around the tag of Ryan Buddy and then dove in with the left hand to score the tying run, and that would set the table for a 5-run frame to give the Zephyrs the victory. And now this series is even at 1 apiece. The Bees dropped to 26-18, and they're 3-3 on the homestand. The Zephyrs are now 24-21 and have now won 4 and lost 2 on their road trip. Again, the Bees getting production out of several. Nick Gorno, 2 for 5 with a run batted in. Jeff Knapp is 3 for 5, 2 RBI. But Henry Mateo had the big day for New Orleans, 3 for 5, 3 doubles, 3 runs batted in. Tyrell Godwin, 2 for 4, and 2 RBI. Time now for our defensive play of the game, brought to you by Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties. And we'll go to the third inning, and Mike Elwood was at the plate. Figueroa's pitch. Mathis takes off as Elwood pops it up down the right field line, slicing towards the bullpen, a sliding effort by the right fielder, Vento, and he makes the catch. What a play by Mike Vento in foul territory on the warning track, sliding behind the Bees bullpen and making the grab as he bangs into the barrier. And that is our Mountain West Ranches defensive play of the game. Between Moon Lake, Starvation, and Strawberry Reservoirs, Mountains West Ranches Recreation Properties offers great parcels of land at reasonable pricing, a place to escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call 1-877-894-5658 or check out www.mwranches.com. We'll check out a brief Abra scoreboard after this on ESPN 1230.
Hi, is this the Federal Reserve? How you doing? Good, good. I'm fine, thanks. Listen, maybe you can help me. You're the guys who control the interest rates, right? Good. I was wondering if you could just not touch the interest rates until I sell my home. Well, yeah, I understand that, but no, I just need you to not touch the interest rate until I sell my home. That's all. Just, don't raise it. Just, keep it stable. Well, is there someone there who can help me? Yeah, I'll hold. Thanks.
Okay, so you can't control the Fed, but call a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent and you'll have qualified buyers from all over the world looking at your home, no matter what the interest rate is. That's because Coldwell Banker agents are not only local experts, they're also part of a national and international referral network of professional agents. So there will be thousands of Coldwell Banker agents all over the world working to find you the right buyer at the right price.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm still on hold. Sure, I'll stay here. Thanks.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs. Or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where New Orleans defeated the Bees today by a score of 7-5. Time now for a look at the rest of the scores on your Abra scoreboard. Windshield chips or cracks got you down. Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. Only one other day game in the PCL. That's at Sacramento, where the River Cats are batting in the bottom of the fourth, trailing Iowa 1-0. River Cats still looking for their first hit against Jaycook Rue. The rest of the action is later on this evening, with Portland visiting Nashville, Round Rock hosting Las Vegas, Tacoma visiting Memphis, Albuquerque entertaining Tucson, Oklahoma's at Colorado Springs, and Omaha visits Fresno. All of the action under the lights tonight. In the major leagues, in the American League, the Yankees visit Boston. Toronto hosts Tampa Bay. Oakland is at Chicago. Texas hosts the Angels. John Lackey, the native Texan, going for the Halos. Cleveland at Minnesota. Kansas City hosts Detroit. And Baltimore is at Seattle. In the National League, Houston is at Washington. Florida hosts Chicago. Milwaukee at Cincinnati. Philadelphia visits New York. Arizona hosts Pittsburgh. Atlanta is at San Diego. The Dodgers host Colorado. And St. Louis is at San Francisco. And that is our Abra scoreboard. Back, we're going to look at the highlights of today's game right after this on ESPN 1230.
Hi, this is Ned Siegfried of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams. The Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees Baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I choose the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
With winter comes shorter days. And with shorter days, you need better lights. Think seriously about your everyday lighting? Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. With Reveal bulbs, colors are crisp and clean. Get the Reveal bulb and see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulb from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
All right, welcome back. The Bees trailed 1-0 after the RBI single by Mike Vento in the first. But then Salt Lake rallied with 2 on, 2 out, and Jeff Mathis at the plate. Figueroa's pitch swung on, line toward center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. In to score Kendrick. Stopping at second base is Gorneau. It's an RBI single for Jeff Mathis, and the game is tied at 1-1. So 1-1 the score. But the next batter, Mike Elward, put the Bees out in front. Now the 2-strike pitch to Elward. Line drive, right center field, base hit. Cutting it off is Vento in the alley. Around third, Gorneau scores. Mathis being held up at third. It's a long single for Mike Elward, and the Bees are out in front 2-1. They would expand on the lead in the third. Mathis with yet another RBI single to make it 3-1. A run-scoring single by Brian Specht in the fourth made it 4-1. Then the Zephyrs chipped away. An RBI double by Henry Mateo in the fifth made it a 4-2 ball game. Then in the seventh, Josh Labandera started the inning off with a bunt single. 1 out later, Bernie Castro singled to left, bringing up Henry Mateo. The pitch to Mateo. Swung on and sliced down the right field line, heading towards the corner. That's a fair ball. In around third, Labandera scores. They're going to wave Castro around. Here's the relay throw to the plate, and he is going to be safe. He avoided the tag, walking around Ryan Buddy, and then reached in with the left hand. And so that tied the game. 1 out later, they intentionally walked Mike Vento, bringing up Larry Broadway, who came into the ball game, the number 9 hitter in the league at .321. It was his 7th at bat of the series after striking out the first 6 times, so you knew he was due. The 1-0 pitch. Line to the right center field, a base hit. In to score from third, Mateo. Racing for third is Vento. It's an RBI single for Larry Broadway, and the Zephyrs take the lead, 5-4. Chris Buchek would come on, walk Brandon Larson to load the bases. Tyrell Godwin would foul off several 2-2 pitches before driving a 2-run single into right. The Bees got one of the runs back in the bottom of the 7th on a home run by Nick Gorneau, but it was too little too late as the Bees fall to the Zephyrs 7-5. We'll come back and preview Game 3, which is set for tomorrow night, right after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
If you wear it, Karen Pullman can embroider your name on it. Work in sports uniforms, golf shirts, contractor shirts, clothes for the family reunion, even towels, baby blankets, and other keepsakes. Emblazon your company logo on employee staff shirts, or get a few more for sale or gifts for clients. Choose from brand names you know like Dickies, Wall Edwards, Wrangler, Nike Golf Clothing, Arnold Palmer, Ping, and more. With your name or design custom embroidered by Karen Pullman. You'll save up to 50% on in-stock clothing, including bowling shirts, jackets, golf shirts, and sweatshirts right now. And when you purchase a bowling ball and shoes from Karen Pullman, you'll get online instruction from a USA certified bowling coach, all for only $99. Summer leagues are forming now, so take advantage of savings on embroidery and silk screening and have your bowling team shirts customized at Karen Pullman's. Come buy from the pros. Karen Pullman's Pro Shop and Bowling Center, 7990 South, 1300 East, or call 233-1101.
You could feel the tension in the air. The melody of doorbells lasted for hours as generations of family crossed into my humble abode, my family reunion. While my little niece marked the final entry of the day, my air conditioner was the first to exit as the cool air slowly idled to a halt. The eagerness of the heat was obvious as it quickly coursed through the house. We sat paralyzed, fearing any movement would accelerate the beads of sweat accumulating on our foreheads. Then we heard the familiar chime of the doorbell. The house itself seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. It was the Bryant dealer. The day was saved. My name is Amy Miller, and this is my story of Bryant doing whatever it takes.
Call 1-866-4-BRYANT today for the Bryant dealer nearest you and find out how you can fight the rising fuel costs with a highly effective natural gas furnace. 1-866-4-BRYANT or find us on the web at utahbryant.com.
I am the port in the storm.
I am the line in the sand.
I am the rescuer in the dark. I am the enforcer of the seas. I am the defender of the homeland.
In the United States Coast Guard and Coast Guard Reserve, you are the first line of defense against threats to our American way of life. To become one of us, call 1-877-NOW-USCG or visit GoCoastGuard.com.
We are the shield of freedom. We are the United States Coast Guard.
Sponsored by the U.S. Coast Guard in cooperation with the Utah Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field. 12,555 saw the Bees fall to the Zephyrs today, 7-5. Game 3 of the series tomorrow night. It should be a pretty good matchup of lefties. Joe Saunders 5-2 for the Bees against Billy Traber 3-1 for the Z's. We'll be on the air at 6:10 with the on-deck circle. 6:30 first pitch. We hope to see you here at the ballpark on $1 Wiener Schnitzel hot dog night. So we hope to see you there. And otherwise, thanks to Isaac back at our studios in Salt Lake, and thanks to you for listening. Once again, 2 hours, 59 minutes in front of 12,555. The final score, the New Orleans Zephyrs 7 and the Salt Lake Bees 5. I'm Steve Pauke saying so long from the ballpark.
This has been the 10th Inning Show. Make sure to be with us next time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.